Yesterday, Dad took me shopping on a terribly fashionable street called Rue Saint.
Rue Saint-Honoré.
Yeah, how'd you know?
I took your mother shopping there once. Left a permanent scar on my wallet.
Hey, listen to this. Dad bought me the most beautiful evening dress, and it looked so terrific on, I made him get one for you, too.
Now, isn't that just like Kathy?
Tell Uncle Martin's dad is sending him the bill.
Isn't that just like her father?
Come on, Dad, don't be mad. A real Paris creation. I can't wait till it gets here. Mom, do you think they could have delivered it while you were out shopping?
No, dear. Ross was here all afternoon.
Look, Ross, I'm expecting a very important package from Paris. He's not even listening. Ross? I said Kathy sent me a package from Paris, France. And if you happen to be here when it arrives, would you please put it... Why don't you listen to me? Would you...
Is this it?
Well, why didn't you tell me before?
Oh, you know how I am. When I work on my cars, I get carried away.
How'd you like to really get carried away? Well, how do I look?
Like a girl in her first Paris creation.
Oh, Pat, it's a sensation.
Thanks, Mom. That must be Richard. Oh, Father, would you get the door, please?
Certainly, daughter.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to make an entrance.
Hi, folks. Patty ready? Hi, Pat. We're late. Let's go.
Richard, take a look around. Don't you notice something special?
Yeah, you had the place painted.
Richard!
Everywhere from Zanzibar.
Give a formal dinner party? That's right. I think it's time we all moved up to gracious living. Don't you agree, Monica?
Yes. Besides, I'd love an excuse to get really dressed up.
And not just us girls, we'll make the boys dress too.
Like suits and ties?
Why just suits and ties? We'll make them wear tuxedos.
Oh, that would be wild.
Then what's stopping us? Let's just decide here and now we're gonna have a formal sit-down dinner party.
With place cards and silver.
And candlelight and wine. Wine? Okay, candlelight and soda pop.
Well, I'm with you. When?
How about Saturday night?
That's perfect.
Great.
Too.
Good. Then we're all agreed, right?
Right. What time do you want us at your house, Patty?
Well, I think it's a lovely idea. How many people are you having?
Just 4 couples. I want it to be a small, quiet, charming affair.
What are you planning to serve?
Well, I thought I'd leave that up to Andre.
Who's Andre?
He's the French chef you can hire by the night. Well, Mom, he's very in, and he only charges $50 a night.
I will do the chefing. I may be out, but I work cheap.
You have tickets for the theater Saturday.
For $50, I'll cook before I go.
Well, can we at least have a butler to serve?
No. Any other small, simple, charming, quiet ideas?
Well, I did think it would be nice to have a gypsy violinist kind of stroll around and play.
Oh, everybody does that. Why don't we hire Lawrence Welk?
Okay, Mom, let's talk about the menu.
Well, everybody loved what I served at your birthday dinner.
Chicken soup and lamb chops?
Richard loved it.
Richard loves grass. Mom, I'm not putting on my Paris creation to eat lamb chops.
All right. What do you suggest?
Here, I copied this down out of your French cookbook. To start, pâté maison Breton.
Fine.
What is it?
Chopped liver. I'll call Sam's Delicatessen.
The soup. Petit marmiton à la Louis XIV.
Chicken broth.
Chicken broth named after a famous French king?
He loved quiet, simple, charming food. What next?
Main course.
What about côtelette d'agneau?
Hey, that's groovy. What is it?
Lamb chops.
At an elegant black tie dinner party?
We'll dress the chops in elegant little black panties. What about dessert?
Well, can't you think of something?
What about cheese and fresh fruit?
Mom, nobody likes cheese, and if you have fresh fruit, the boys are liable to start playing catch with it.
Yes, that's always a problem at an elegant dinner party.
What are we gonna have?
Pat, do you remember that fruit cake your Aunt Ellen used to send us at Christmas?
That'd be perfect. Do you know how to make it?
No, but I'll write Uncle Jed and have him send the recipe.
It's gonna be a groovy dinner. Yes. 1 dozen carnations, 1 dozen gladiolas, 2 bunches of daisies, and 12 roses.
Are you ordering for a dinner party or a gangster's funeral?
Yes, I'll need them late Saturday afternoon. Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Let's see now. Flowers, nuts, candles. Oh, I must remember to get candles. Ross, what are you doing Saturday?
You're inviting me to your dinner party?
No, I'm inviting you to get lost.
I'll get it.
I'm not going to let anybody or anything interfere with my party, including
Uncle Jed.
Hattie?
Uncle Jed.
What a wonderful surprise.
Yeah. Natalie, you're looking pretty in a blue ribbon Guernsey.
Oh, Jed, you always say the nicest things.
Want to know something? That extra weight's right becoming to you.
Jed, hi.
Hold it there. Don't cop to being kissed by strangers. Who is this young lady? Don't tell me. It's Patty. Heh, filled out real nice, ain't she?
We're hoping she'll bring us a blue ribbon.
Huh? Huh. Hey, who's this young fella? Can't be Ross. Well, he warn't no more than a spindle-shank calf last time I saw him.
Well, I've grown into a spindle-shank boy.
Well, it certainly has been a long time. Too long, in fact.
Yep, that's just what I got thinking myself when you wrote me asking for Aunt Ellen's fruitcake recipe. I thought I'd get on the bus and deliver it in person.
Well, we're just delighted that you did. Come in. Martin's going to be so upset that he wasn't here to meet you.
Oh. Still keeping this place hot as a blast furnace, ain't you?
Oh, well, it's not really warm. It's just that our furnace is a great deal more efficient than that old coal stove up at the farm.
Oh? Can you roast chestnuts over your furnace?
Fix the thermostat, Ross. Sit down, Uncle Jed. Sit down.
Thank you. Oh, so you got a new divan. Mighty fancy. Uh-oh. Somebody's went and tore the cellophane off of that there lampshade. Say, you don't want these lights on in the broad daylight, do you? You know what I always say.
We need it more than the electric company.
Yeah.
Well, how was the bus trip down, Uncle Jed?
Made it in just a mite under 5 hours.
5 hours? You should have taken a plane.
If the good Lord meant for us to fly, we'd have been born with wings.
Instead of wheels.
Huh? Patty, come here. Sit down alongside me. Tell me all about yourself now. You got a fella?
Oh, yeah. His name's Richard Harrison.
Like to meet him.
Had your lunch, Uncle Jed?
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll eat lunch with you.
We've already had lunch.
Then I'll wait till dinner. I'll just take a sandwich to tide me over.
Fine. What would you like? Chicken, bologna, ham?
Say, that sounds like a dandy combination. Put some Thousand Island dressing on that, if you don't mind, and a little mustard. Have you got any coleslaw?
No.
Forget the coleslaw. Don't want to be a burden. Just put a pickle on it.
Ross, why don't you take Uncle Jed up to the guest room and get him settled meanwhile?
Good. Sure, that's a sweet pickle. That other kind don't set too good.
Mom, how long is he going to stay?
Well, I don't really know, dear. Why?
Well, I love him and everything, but what's going to happen to my dinner party?
Well, why should he interfere with that?
Take it easy on that there banjo case, Ross.
Oh, you brought your banjo.
Yep. Thought we'd all get together for a good old-fashioned hoot.
It's one way you could interfere.
Honey, I don't think there's any reason to get upset in advance because after
Hiya,
all...
buddy.
Martin, am I glad you're home early. Guess who dropped in on us unexpectedly?
Natalie, I thought you were going to talk to your mother about that sort of
It's
thing.
not Grandma, it's Uncle Jed.
What? You mean to tell me that old...
Howdy, Martin.
Oh, hi there, Uncle Jed.
More coffee, Uncle Jed?
Yeah, don't mind if I do.
He's really hooked on that TV, isn't he?
I'll say he's been glued to that set ever since he got here. You'd think he'd be worried about using up all that electricity.
I don't think he was till he figured out the free entertainment was a bargain.
Dad, my dinner party's tonight. Suppose Uncle Jed decides to stay parked in there.
Oh, I don't worry about that.
Want a bed?
What do you mean?
There's a big rodeo on Channel 7 tonight. Guess who's not going to miss it?
Oh, Dad, you've got to do something. I can't give an elegant dinner party with Uncle Jed parked in there watching a rodeo.
Patty, he's my father's only brother. What can I do?
Well, can't you take him someplace tonight?
Tonight? Are you joking? We've got tickets for Hello Dolly.
Do you mean to tell me you're going to leave your father's only brother alone on a Saturday night?
Oh, Patty, we've waited 3 months for these tickets.
You know how long I've been waiting to give an elegant dinner party? All my life.
All right. Just a minute now. I have an idea. Uncle Jed?
Shh. It's only the commercial. Yeah, that's my favorite one, Martin. You get a washing machine that jumps up and down near hits the ceiling.
Please, Uncle Jed. Believe me, there'll be another one on in a few minutes.
What's on your mind, Martin?
Uncle Jed, you know who you ought to look up? Cousin Clarence.
Clarence with us? Well, him and me was boys together.
That's right.
Yep. Used to go fishing every day after school. Sometimes during school.
Well, he's retired now, and he lives not too far from here. How'd you like to get together with him sometime? Like tonight?
Tonight? What about my rodeo?
Well, you could both watch it on his set.
Oh, Martin, that's a Jim Dandy idea.
Good. I'll call him right now.
Good old Cousin Clarence. Hadn't seen him since he gave up his automobile dealership back home. Martin, put down that phone. Ain't a-going.
What?
No, sir. Wouldn't set foot in that old buzzard's house if I was caught in a typhoon.
Why not?
Well, he sold me the worst lemon I ever bought. 32 Packard.
32? Well, that's ancient history, Uncle Jed.
Here's a piece of advice for you, Martin. Never forget an injury. I'll get it. Might be for me, you know.
Well,
Everything was fine until Uncle Jed discovered a Packard in his past.
Flowers. Who's sick?
Oh, well, they're for Patty's dinner party tonight.
Party? You're having a party tonight?
well, it's just sort of a get-together, Uncle Jed.
Why didn't somebody tell me about it?
Well, it was sort of a sudden decision.
And you wanted me to go a-visiting tonight? How come?
Well, you see, Uncle Jed,
If you're worried about me being in the way, you needn't.
I think he's hurt.
I better go and apologize.
No, I will. It was my fault. Sure feel rotten about making him feel unwanted.
Well, just explain to him that he's gotten the wrong impression.
Okay.
Yeah, lucky I thought to bring this with me. Nothing zings up a do like a little banjo music.
Banjo music?
Yep. Now, I'll provide some entertainment before dinner, and then afterwards we can all gather around. Ain't nothing helps the digestion like a good loud sing. Well, sit down, Patty. Now, I know you young folks like to dance, and I'm real good at that, too. Oh, don't worry. I know you think I could only play square dances. Not true. I'm right up to the minute. Play polkas, foxtrots, the whole works. Here, give you a sample. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hard to get them together. Well, haven't quite got the hang of that one. I'll give you one of my favorites. Here.
Yeah, that's very catchy.
Yeah, well, and that's just the introduction. Wait till you hear the song. You know, my foot's the biggest part of my trouble. Well, don't worry, Patty. I'll work out a nice, snappy routine for your party tonight.
You know, Uncle Jed, I think it's time for young Widow Malone.
Young Widow Malone. Say, that's one of my favorites. Never miss that. You know, that poor gal is in a heap of trouble.
Hattie, I wish I could suggest something.
I've got an idea.
Yeah?
Why don't you entertain my friends and I'll go see Hello, Dolly?
Patty, I know how you feel. But for all you know, your friends might find him kind of quaint and interesting. I think you're exaggerating the problem. It's all relative.
Mm-hmm. Yours.
Martin, maybe we should give him one of our Hello, Dolly tickets.
You mean you wouldn't mind giving it up?
Me? He's your uncle.
Well, now, wait a minute.
Shh. I want to hear this.
This offer is good anywhere in the metropolitan area. Remember, we'll install a color TV set in your own home for 1 week, free of charge.
Did you hear that?
What was it?
An answer to my prayer.
You sure there's no extra charge for this?
Not a penny, Uncle Jed.
If that don't beat everything. Wait till I get back home and tell them that they've seen the rodeo in real live color.
Yeah, you'll practically be able to smell the horses.
Yippee! Say, Patty, you sure you young people won't mind my passing up the dinner?
Sure we'll mind, Uncle Jed. But we wouldn't want you to miss your rodeo in color.
Patty, I'm leaving you all my money. So to make some.
Pat, I'll have everything ready to serve before we leave for the theater.
Okay, Mom. How's the table look?
Oh, well, it just looks beautiful, dear. Where are the candles?
Oh, I knew I forgot something. Ross!
Yeah?
Look, would you run down to the store and get some pretty candles for the dinner table?
Just as soon as I check out the tape machine.
Ross, there isn't time.
Well, you want elegant dinner music, don't you? Oh, I blew a fuse.
Oh, brother, I really needed this tonight.
Ross! Hurry up, dear. Run down and put in a new fuse, will you?
Yeah, be fast about it. I got to dress.
Hold on there, Sonny. Fuse won't do us no good.
What do you mean?
Take a look outside, honey.
Holy cow, the whole neighborhood's black.
Well, you can't blame that one on me.
That's electricity for you. Not dependable.
Got the radio on.
And at exactly 6:15 p.m., a massive power blackout struck the borough of Brooklyn.
The whole borough?
Yes, the whole borough. Crews are already at work trying to repair the damaged lines, but a power company spokesman estimated it'll be 4 to 8 hours before we'll have lights again.
4 to 8 hours. Oh.
There goes my rodeo.
Mom.
I'm terribly sorry.
It's all right. There'll be another rodeo.
Oh, darling, now don't be upset.
Here, now, Patty. What's wrong?
Don't you understand? I can't have my dinner party now.
How come?
Uncle Jed, the whole house runs on electricity.
Don't see why that should interfere with anything.
How am I going to cook dinner?
You got a fireplace, ain't you? Ross, get a fire started.
Right.
Got candles in the house, ain't you?
No, we never got any.
Oh. Ross, I'll get that. You run on out and get us a whole heap of candles.
Right.
Uncle Jed, you really think this is going to work?
Why not, sis? Eating was invented long before electricity.
Nobody has any candles?
Everybody got there ahead of me. They're all sold out.
Uncle Jed, what are we going to do now? We can't eat in the dark.
No. It's only one thing to do.
What's that?
Make our own candles.
How do you do that?
Natalie, you got any paraffin in the house?
Why, yes, I have.
Patty, take all she's got and put it into a pot and melt it on the fire.
Okay. Do we need anything else?
Here. Need some milk cartons, some string, some clothespins, and some coleslaw.
We still don't have any coleslaw.
Oh. Well, then bring me another pickle.
Poor Martin, stuck in his office.
I always say, fit was invented for elevators.
Uncle Jed, you're out of this world.
Maybe soon, Patty, but I ain't yet.
Patty, it's no use. I just can't get a line. Everybody in town must be on the phone.
Oh, that's it. I'm wiped out.
What's got into the churn now?
Oh, Ross has been trying to call Patty's friends to tell him that the dinner is still on and he can't get through.
Hadn't you got a bicycle, Sonny?
Of course.
Well, don't just stand there. Get out and spread the word, Paul Revere.
Yeah, one if I land, two if I see. Candles, that is.
See, Patty, you can't let life get the better of you. You got to take it by the handles and make it go down the right furrow.
Uncle Jed, will you marry me?
Sweet child.
Oh, Patty, it's just the most perfect dinner. And I really love your dress.
Oh, thank you, Ross. Hey, did I happen to mention that it was an original from Paris, France?
Every now and then.
I got my tux from Louis' rental service.
It's wild, Richard. It's really you.
No, it's Louis. Hey, kids, why don't we go in there and dance?
Haven't you heard, Richard? It's Blackoutsville. Even the transistor radios are out.
Well, what are we going to do now?
Sonny, glad you asked that question. Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Skip to Maloo, my darling, hey. Skip, skip, skip to Maloo, skip, skip, skip to Maloo, skip, skip, skip to Maloo, skip to Maloo, my darling. Hey.
You'll find another one prettier, too. You'll find another one prettier, too. You'll find another one prettier, too. Skip to Maloo, my darling.
Skip, skip, skip to Maloo, skip, skip, skip to Maloo, skip, skip, skip to Maloo, skip to Maloo, my darling. Bravo!
Why, Martin, what happened to you?
You ever try to walk down 56 flights of stairs?
Oh.
Hey, Patty, I see you had the party after all, huh?
Yep, thanks to Uncle Jed. He managed everything.
Well, you see, there's a lot to be said for the old-fashioned ways after all. Hey, Martin, how about this one? Used to be your favorite. Still is. When the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in. Oh, when the sun begins to shine. When the sun begins to shine. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number. When the sun begins to shine. When the trumpet sounds a call. When the trumpet sounds a call. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number. When the trumpet sounds a call. While strolling through the park one day, in the merry, merry month of May, I was taken by surprise by a girl.
Hey, Mike! Great timing.
Hey, now we can have some dancing music.
Hey, Rich, I've got a better idea. Isn't that better, Uncle Jeff?
Patty, that there is boss. It's really boss.
Well, you know what I always say. We can use it more than the electric company.
Hey, that's pretty good, Patty. All right, everybody, together now. A 1 and 2. While
Strolling through the park one day, in the merry, merry month of May, I was taken by surprise by a pair of roguish eyes. In a moment, my poor heart was stole away. I immediately raised my hat, and finally she.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair, but they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two.
Cow. That's incredible.
All right, Patty. What are you reading?
I thought you'd never ask. This book is really something else.
What is it?
Experiments in ESP.
Dad, you told her to stop doing that.
Doing what?
Spelling things out so I won't understand them.
Ross, ESP is an abbreviation for extrasensory perception.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. As if he knows what it is.
I do so. It's like when a person is psychic.
Psychic?
Yeah, when they know what's going to happen.
That's psychic.
Yeah, well, that's what I said.
Patty, do you really believe in extrasensory perception?
I don't know, Dad. It could exist. Maybe it's just another sense.
You don't even have the sense you're supposed to have.
This book is about experiments they're doing at this university. Listen to this. If a group of people concentrate hard on a single subject in a room, a person with psychic tendencies can identify that object just by concentrating on their thought waves.
Hey, what about the dishes?
In a minute, Mom. Dad, that really happened to me once. I was at a party and this perfectly strange boy came in and I knew he was going to come up and ask me for a date, and he did.
That's what I call a perfectly strange boy.
Why don't we all try it? One of us will go out of the room and the others will concentrate on an object. And then when that person comes back, he or she will try to figure out what the object is. Kathy, you want to volunteer? No, thanks. It's your night to dry dishes. No, not the dishes. We're doing experiments in ESP. One person goes out of the room and the other people concentrate very hard on an object. And when that person comes back, he tries to get in on their thought waves.
Pat, why don't you go out of the room?
Me? Okay.
Oh, no, dear. Into the kitchen and start drying the dishes and we'll concentrate on something.
Okay. Concentrate hard now.
What'll we pick?
Anything she picks.
What do you mean?
Whatever Patty picks, let's say that's it.
Kathy, that's a little unfair, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. Let's do it.
I only wish I'd thought of it.
Pat, we're ready.
Let me see now. This table! That's
You
amazing!
it.
How did you know?
I don't know. I guess I just have ESP.
Pat, let's try one more experiment. Now see if you can guess what I'm concentrating on.
Okay, Mama, we're going to do the dishes.
Hey, she really is psychic.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! Thought they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet,
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
You know, I always thought I had psychic powers, and tonight proved it.
Well, that must be Pete for me.
No, it's Alan Brewster for you, Kathy. I'm not expecting Alan Brewster. Open the door. You know, Dad, I think maybe I'll write to that university and render my services.
I hope you're joking.
Why? They need gifted people like me.
Now, Patty, I think there's something I ought to tell you.
Do you know who that was? That was Alan Brewster. He came by to return my book. I'm going up to write to that university.
What's everybody looking so stunned about? I mean, that's just a simple coincidence. Alan probably mentioned to Patty at school that he was going to drop by here tonight and bring Kathy's book.
I think I'd better go up and tell her the truth.
Yeah, before she decides to rule the world.
You know, I'm not sure that trick was a good idea.
Oh, it was all in fun, Nat.
Patty. Kath, listen to this. Dear sir, I have read of the experiments you are conducting and would like to tell you about my psychic powers. Pat, I have always felt that I had this power, but I never really had a chance to put it to the test until tonight. Pat. And I would like to volunteer my mind for the wonderful experiments you are conducting. Patricia. Well, what do you think? I think you'd better tear it up. Oh, you think I should just go there instead? We played a trick on you. A trick? Well, actually, it was my idea. I just thought it would be funny if we told you that whatever you guessed was right. Then you didn't tell anyone in that room what to think? No. Then someone in that room was thinking of the table. Do you mean to tell me you really think you're psychic? Think it, Kathy. I know it. Patty, you are no more psychic than that doorknob. Oh, yeah? Did that doorknob know that Alan Brewster was coming over here tonight? That must be Bill. No, it's Richard.
Hi, Ross. Is Patty here?
Any questions? If so, just ask the doorknob.
Are you ready, Patty?
I'm afraid I can't go out with you tonight, Richard.
You're gonna miss a James Bond movie?
I'm afraid I have other things on my mind.
Yeah, she thinks she's the hunchback of Notre Dame. You know, the fellow made all those predictions.
That was Nostradamus.
Oh, yeah, the hunchback of Nostradamus.
Hi, Mrs. Lane. Mr. Lane?
Oh, hello, Richard.
Hey, Rich, how's your mother's flu?
It's much better, thanks. How'd you know my mother had flu?
I can't explain it, Richard. It's just something, in here. Excuse me.
Something in here?
Richard, didn't you tell Patty your mother had the flu?
I couldn't have. We didn't know it was flu until this afternoon.
She's putting in a long-distance call to that university.
Didn't you tell her that it was just a joke?
I tried to, Aunt Natalie. But I have a feeling the joke is going to be on us.
And I heard that you predicted that Helen's boyfriend would walk out on her. And he did.
That's right.
And that Agnes's boyfriend would ask her to go steady. And he did.
That's right.
Well, Patty, I've got a little problem, and I wondered if I could talk to you about it.
Sure, Russ.
When?
Let's see now. I have an opening Thursday at 4:30.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Patty. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome, Ross.
I'd like to see Patty Lane.
Patty?
Is she home?
Yeah, but she's got a customer. Could you wait a few minutes?
Yes.
Boy, she's had a lot of kids come to see her, but you're the first grown-up.
Oh, she's wonderful. You'll love her.
You can go up now. Her room's the last one down the hall.
Thank you.
Enter.
May I talk to you a moment, Miss Lane?
Well, you should have made an appointment. I'm very busy, but who am I to turn away a fellow human being? What is your problem?
Well, my problem is that I'm Detective Lieutenant Gregory, and we received a report that you're illegally operating here as a fortune teller.
Illegally?
Don't you know there's a law against fortune telling in this city?
Oh, but sir, I'm not a fortune teller. People come by and I advise them.
How much do you charge?
Nothing. I just do it to help out my friends.
You've never taken any money?
No, sir.
Well, Miss Lane, people who go around advising other people are taking on a lot of responsibility. You see, the people who seek advice are usually troubled. And the wrong kind of advice at that time can do a lot of harm. And besides...
Wait a minute. I'm getting a flash. Are you expecting a promotion?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, I am.
I knew it. I could feel it.
Am I going to get it?
Yes. Yes, you are.
No kidding.
Congratulations, and thank you for dropping by.
Oh, wait a minute. Can't you tell me a little more about my promotion?
Hello? May I help you?
Well, actually, I came to see your daughter. I'm Lieutenant Gregory of the Bunko Squad.
Bunko Squad?
Well, we got a report that she was doing some fortune telling. But since she isn't taking any money for it, there's no problem.
You mean there's no problem for you?
Matter of fact, she's pretty good at it. She told me I was going to be promoted. Could I use your phone?
Yeah, help yourself, Lieutenant. Or should I say captain?
I'd like to see Miss Patty Lane, please.
Is she expecting you?
If she is as talented as I've been led to believe, yes.
Oh. Well, come in. She's in her room. It's,
Upstairs and to the left.
Did you make your call?
I've changed my mind.
Things are really getting out of hand.
I know what you mean. Mr. Lane, have you got a few minutes? I'd like to have a little talk with you.
Yeah, sure. Come on.
Enter.
Oh, my dear. I knew you would look like this.
Like what?
Young and fresh and open. I am Madame Olga.
I am Patty Lane.
I know, and one day the world will know.
It will?
My dear, a talent such of yours cannot be earthbound. It belongs to the ages.
Who did you say you were?
Madame Olga, the famous psychic.
You're one of us.
I have given readings for kings, prime ministers, even movie stars.
How did you happen to come here?
Your vibration drew me to you.
My vibration?
Surely you've heard of celestial vibrations.
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm kind of new at this.
I know. You must come to see me. I will help. Here's my card. Shall we say Monday at 5 o'clock? I wouldn't discuss this with anyone. There are so many unbelievers in the world.
Yeah, I know. I've got a house full of them right now.
See you Monday, my dear.
I will be there.
Of course you've been having trouble, my dear. You have been fighting Saturn, which is in opposition to Venus.
Is that bad?
Terrible. However, this phase will be ending very, very shortly. Excuse me, my dear. Hi. Oh, I'm just finishing up, my dear. Come in. Be seated. I'll be right with you.
Okay.
You mustn't be impatient. Don't try to force things.
Oh, I can't tell you how much better I feel.
That is why we are here, to do any good we can.
There you are.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Gordon. Now, I'll see you next week at the same time. And remember, don't try to force anything. Goodbye, my dear.
Madam Olga, there's something I don't understand.
Yes, my dear.
Well, I thought it was against the law to take money for this.
My dear child, I don't take money for what I do.
You don't?
Why, no. Oh, I accept love offerings to help us carry on our work.
Oh.
Now, come over here, my dear, and sit down.
What made that go on?
You did. You're standing on the button.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Now, you must understand, my dear, people expect this sort of thing, and we give in to it only because we must capture the client's faith, or we are powerless. Do you understand?
Oh, sure, of course. What?
Some clients have very little faith.
What's that?
That's for the tough customers. The clients.
Madam Olga, why are you so interested in me? I'm just an amateur.
But such a talented amateur. My dear, I have heard that your classmates come to you for readings.
Well, they're not exactly readings. I just listen to their problems and tell them what's going to happen.
I see. And for this you take no money?
Oh, no, of course not.
Not even love offerings?
No.
Oh, my dear. You have so much to learn, and I'm going to teach you. Now, are you willing?
I guess so.
Now, this is what I want you to do. Send your classmates to me, and you can tell me about their backgrounds and their problems, and we can help them solve their problems.
Could I think this over?
Certainly. Why don't you come see me tomorrow?
Okay. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Say hello to Richard for me.
I will. How'd you know about Richard?
Come in.
You wanted to see me, Mr. Ryan?
Yes, Patty, sit down.
If it's about that math test, I can explain. You see, this new math is very difficult, and I get all mixed
Patty,
up.
what I wanted to talk to you about were these so-called readings that you've been giving to your schoolmates.
Oh, you've heard about it, huh?
I did. Frankly, I find the whole thing a little disturbing.
Oh. I'm sorry, Mr. Ryan. I didn't know there was a rule against it.
Patty, the whole point is, are you equipped to give advice to others?
Well, I know what you're thinking, Mr. Ryan. Considering the things I've done in the past, it does seem a little strange, but I've suddenly found this power I have, and I don't think I should keep it to myself. I think that would be selfish.
Patty,
Wait a minute. I'm getting a vibration from you, Mr. Ryan. Yes. That new gym you wanted. You're going to get it.
Yes, I know. The money was voted by the legislature yesterday.
You see? Now, how could I have possibly known that?
Because I announced it in assembly this morning.
Aha! But here's something you didn't know, Mr. Ryan. I wasn't listening in assembly this morning.
What does she charge?
Nothing. Just a love offering.
How much love offering?
About $5 worth.
Oh, I don't have $5.
Look, Monica, why don't you take this for good luck?
You don't have to do that.
I know, but it'll be worth it to see your face after you talk to her. Well, I better get down to Madame Olga's.
Will you tell her to expect me?
Oh, I won't have to. She'll know.
Oh, hi, Nat.
Martin, am I glad you're home?
What's the matter?
The principal of Patty's school called.
Oh, Patty passed the test?
Martin, this is serious. He's getting concerned about her being involved in the psychic business.
Oh. Well, it's nice of him to show so much interest.
Is that all you've got to say about it?
Well, I don't think there's anything to worry about, Nat.
You don't?
No, it's just a phase, Nat. You know, she'll get over it, like all the others.
I can't believe you mean that.
Ah, forget it, Nat.
I agree with you, Aunt Natalie.
I can't understand your Uncle Martin just shrugging it off.
Lieutenant, I know you asked me not to say anything, but the situation is getting a little uncomfortable here. Patty's principal called here today and complained about what she's doing, and my wife's been bugging me to put a stop to the whole thing.
I'm sorry about putting you through this, but I just got a call from Patty. She planted the marked $5 bill on one of her friends who's going to see Madame Olga this afternoon. Now, if you want, you can come down and join me. I'm going to move in.
I'm not going to stand by and see this happen to Patty.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to see Madame Olga.
The vibrations I'm getting tell me you're having trouble with the boy.
I'll say.
I see an H.
That's right.
H-A.
H-E.
Henry!
That's right. She's fantastic.
Yeah, isn't she?
Is it going to work out all right?
Yes. He's headstrong, but he's very, very fond of you. What happens in the next week is of the utmost importance.
What do you mean?
You must return next Friday and tell me everything that has happened.
I will. How much is that?
There's no charge, my dear. Just whatever you want to contribute to further the good work. Thank you.
Well, I'll see you at the Shake Shop, Monica.
Okay. I'll see you Friday.
That's the house. Shade's still up.
The shade?
I told Patty when she passed the marked bill to pull down the shade.
Why, hello, Mrs. Lane.
Hello, Monica.
Mom, what What are you doing here?
Well, I'd heard so much about Madame Olga. I wanted to come over and see for myself.
Oh, she's wonderful, Mrs. Lane. Oh, bye, Patty. Thanks.
Look, Mom, you can't just barge in without an appointment. You'll have to come back.
Patty, this is your mother?
Yeah, Madame Olga, but she doesn't have an appointment, so she'll be back
Oh,
tomorrow.
your mother doesn't need an appointment. I've been so anxious to meet her.
Well, this is Mrs. Lane and this is Madame Olga.
Please come in, Mrs. Lane. Oh, you're a very fortunate woman to have such a talented daughter.
Oh, yes, that's what I keep telling myself.
Would you like a reading?
Yes.
Please be seated. Now, let me see what vibrations I get from you.
I don't get it. That must have been Patty's friend who just left. Wonder why she hasn't signaled yet.
I'm glad my wife doesn't know about this. She'd really make a scene.
Yes, you have great dramatic talent. You could have been an actress.
Well, I had thought about it. But, of course, after the children came, I realized
that will be all for today.
Thank you. How much do I owe you?
Oh, there's no charge.
Oh.
But the usual love offering is $5.
Oh. I have 10. Do you have change?
Yes.
Thank you.
No! I mean, why break a whole $10 bill? I have change right here. This belongs to you, and this belongs to you, and here's for my mother's reading. Oh, the sun was getting in my eyes.
Let's wait a second, make sure.
Oh, I just happened to remember I'm going to need some change. Do you have singles?
No.
Well, let me see. I think I have 2. Oh, yes, I have 4 singles and some silver.
Oh, that'll be fine.
Okay, let's go.
It was too gloomy in here.
Wait a minute. Shades up again.
Madame Olga, do you happen to have 2 10s?
Yes, I do.
Oh, good, because there's a 20 I'd like to change.
All right.
Oh, good. Thank you very much. Mom, do you have change of a 10?
No, honey, I only have this 5.
Well, look, you owe me 5 anyways. Take this and you'll owe me 10. Now, this is for my mother's reading.
But she's already paid me.
Well, that's a bonus.
Now, really, this is too much.
I'm beginning to feel like a yo-yo.
Now, this is yours, right?
No, this belongs to Madame Olga.
My dear, I'm afraid you're mixed up.
No, don't you remember? She gave you a 10, then you gave her a 5, then I gave you a 5 for her love offering, then she still owed me 10 and you 5, so I gave you 20 and you gave me 2 10s, and I gave her 10, she gave me a 5, and then I gave you the 5, so we're all even. Right?
Well,
Patty, I think you're confused, dear.
No, Mom, what's the difference? It's all for a good cause. Isn't that right, Madame Olga?
Right. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Thought you were supposed to be home worrying.
I'll take that, Madame Olga.
What is the meaning of this?
Don't you get the vibrations, Madame Olga? You're under arrest.
What's all that?
Just some junk on mind reading and astrology. I'm throwing it out.
Hello. Is your sister home?
My sister, the heroine? Yeah, go on in.
Thank you.
Oh, hello, Lieutenant.
Mr. Lane.
Hi, Lieutenant.
Hello, Patty. The chief asked me to offer his commendation on a very fine job. You'll probably be getting a citation from him.
Really?
In my opinion, she deserves it.
She certainly does.
Thank you.
And I'd like to thank you both for your help. We've been after Madame Olga for a long time. You were right.
About what?
They promoted me to captain.
No kidding.
Where are you going?
To get those astrology books back.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patty's only seen the sights of times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of us.
Finish this speech.
Oh, what's it for?
Oh, it's the treasurer's report for the newspaper Fresh Air Fund.
Oh, that's right. The dinner's tomorrow night, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well, you don't have to worry, dear. You'll have plenty of peace and quiet. I won't disturb you.
good.
Oh, let me have your jacket, dear.
Okay.
Had your lunch?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
How about a nice pot of coffee while you're working?
No, thanks.
Oh, would you like some more light in here?
No. I'll tell you what I would like.
What, dear?
Some of that peace and quiet you just promised me.
Martin, I don't have any more time to talk, dear. I've got to hurry and get ready.
No, that door slam anywhere.
Dad, what are you doing home so early? Anything wrong?
Not yet. What happened to school?
Oh, it's still there, but the boiler or something burst and let us out early. Isn't that the end?
No, but it's close. Where's Kathy and Ross?
Well, they went to the movies.
And you didn't?
No, I decided to come straight home and take care of loose ends. You know all those things you and Mom have been bugging me about not doing? I decided today's the day.
Oh, that's swell.
I knew you'd be pleased.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet.
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves her rock and roll. The hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Now there's a match for you.
Honey, what on earth are you doing?
I'm cleaning up my room.
You are.
Yeah. Look, you've been after me for weeks to do it, so I decided today's a perfect day.
Well, honey, maybe you'd better put it off until another time.
You mean after criticizing me about putting things off, you're asking me to put it off?
Well, I just don't want you to disturb your father.
Believe me, the last thing in the world I'm going to do is disturb him. To you. Mom doesn't want you to be disturbed.
What are you doing with that hammer?
Straightening up my room.
With a hammer? Sounds like you're knocking the place apart.
Just putting in a few nails so I can hang some things up.
Natalie.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear, but we can't very well discourage her, can we?
Oh, no, I guess not. It's just that I'm having such a hard time with that speech. And my secretary forgot to put my notes in a briefcase.
Oh, well, then will you be going back to the office?
No, she's sending them out by messenger. Listen, Nat, while you're here, I want to try something out on you. I'm trying to lighten up the speech with a little humor.
Oh.
So this is the way I'm going to do it. I'll just say blah, blah, blah. Which reminds me of an amusing story about the man who asks, what is the capital of the United States?
Uh-huh.
And this other man says, half of what it was last year.
Uh-huh.
Forget it. And of course, these additional expenses cut sharply into the overall total, which reminds me of a very funny story, which I haven't thought of yet. Anyway, laugh, laugh, laugh. However, thank you. However,
Voting magazines. I'm putting them back right now.
Well, why don't you just put them back down below there?
Oh, no. I'm putting them back on the top shelf where I got them from. I don't want to be accused of doing it wrong.
Okay.
Oh,
we can all be very proud of the job we've done for the underprivileged children. Which reminds me of another funny story. See, now look, Patty.
I'm supposed to empty the pencil sharpener once a week, and I haven't done it for a month.
Well, don't bother with it now.
Oh, no, if I don't bother with it now, you'll accuse me of doing...
No, I won't.
Martin, the messenger just brought this from your office.
Thank you.
What did you do to yourself?
Oh, nothing, Nat, nothing. I was just emptying my pencil sharpener.
You know, darling, I really think you should take some time off.
Patty.
Yeah?
Do you mind if I told you something, honey?
No?
If you would do things when you were supposed to instead of saving them up, it would be a lot more efficient.
I know, Dad. I keep meaning to, but time just slips away.
Do you know what your big fault is? You never follow through.
That's not fair. I'd say I'm an average follow-througher.
Oh, really? You remember last week when I asked you to pick up my tuxedo at the cleaners?
Well, now that you mention it.
I was the only man at that wedding in a gray flannel suit. And your brother is just as bad. I've been after him for weeks to return a book to the library. He doesn't follow through either.
You're not going to blame me for that, are you?
No, but let's get back to you. Did you ever send a thank you note to your Aunt Mildred for the gift she sent you at Christmas?
Well, I meant to.
But you didn't follow through. Do I have to say any more?
No.
Oh, brother. Natalie! Nat?
Yes, dear.
Nat, I'm sorry to bother you, but could you take this down and deposit it in the bank for me? My secretary sent it over by mistake, and it's all the money that the readers have sent in for the Fresh Air Fund.
Oh, I can't, Martin. I'm not going anywhere near there, and I'm late picking up Ellen now. Why don't you ask Patty to do it?
You think I dare?
Martin, haven't you said to develop character in children, you must delegate responsibility to them?
I wasn't talking about my children. All right. Patty.
Yeah?
Honey, could you take this down to the bank and deposit it for me?
Oh, I'm awfully sorry, Dad, but I still have a lot of things left on my list to do.
Well, that can wait.
You just got finished telling me I never follow through.
Yeah, I know, but this is very important, Patty. It's got to get in the bank today because it's already been included in the treasurer's report.
Okay. Here.
Okay.
Oh, here. Would you put those in the garbage, please? Thank you.
And hurry, because that bank closes at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
I tell you, I'm right. I kept records. And there's somebody who can prove it. I'll be right back. Hey, Patty! Patty, you're just the person I want to talk to.
I can't stop now, Richard. I have to get to the bank for my father.
But this is vitally important.
I can't stop, Richard. I have to get there by 3.
So? The bank's only a block away, and you still have 10 minutes.
Hi, Pat. Hi. Will you please tell me what this is about?
Patty, you remember last summer when I borrowed my cousin Larry's scooter and we drove over the George Washington Bridge into New Jersey?
Yeah.
And I stopped at a gas station and bought 2 gallons of gas. I figured up the mileage, and we got 92 miles on the gallon. Remember, Patty?
Well, what about it?
Oh, there's a guy over there I've got a bet with. He claims 40 miles is tops for that model.
And this is what you call vitally important?
Sure. It's a quarter bet.
Oh, I'll see you later, Rich. I just got time to make the bank now. Well, hope you're satisfied.
What'd I do now?
The bank was closed when I got there.
But it's only a block away, and your watch said 10 to 3.
My watch was slow.
Oh. Well, just tell your father that. It's a good excuse.
No, it's not. I was supposed to have it fixed last week, but I kept putting it off. I guess I'll just have to make the deposit in the morning. I wonder where I can keep it where it'll be safe. The dictionary. There's no place to hide anything.
Oh, hi. Back already?
Yeah.
Did you get to the bank okay?
Yeah, got to the bank.
Good. I don't like to have that much money lying around the house.
much was it?
Well, didn't you see when you made the deposit?
Well, I'm not that nosy.
Oh, around $500.
Nice round figure.
Kleptomaniac.
What?
I can never remember how to spell it.
Oh.
Say, shouldn't you be doing your homework?
Oh, yeah. I better go do my homework. Look, I'll go get my books. I think I'll do my homework down here. It'll be safer. Quieter.
Yeah, any place you like.
Hi, Ma.
Hi, dear.
Oh, hi, Nat.
Hi.
Back from the concert already, huh?
Well, Ellen's little girl was first on the program. There didn't seem to be any use staying after that.
You're lucky she drew the post position.
How's the speech going?
Oh, fine. Yeah, I even managed to work a few chuckles in it you'll be happy to hear.
Oh, fine, fine.
Natalie, you know, we've really got to do something about these kids and their lack of responsibility.
Oh, what have they done now?
Well, this library book. Ross has been promising to return it for weeks. I just can't believe it.
Martin, you shouldn't read Ross's personal mail.
This happens to be my personal mail. Or to be more exact, it's the deposit Patty was supposed to make for me.
What's it doing in the book?
Well, it doesn't take an Einstein to figure that out. She probably got to the bank late and she hid it in the book until she could make the deposit tomorrow.
Oh, dear.
What bothers me is that I asked her if she got to the bank and she said yes.
Well, she wasn't lying, Martin. She did get there. Late.
Boy, I could just...
Please don't yell at her.
No. Who's going to yell? I'm not going to say a word to her, Natalie. Not a word. But when she goes looking for it in this book, she's going to get quite a shock. No, not making this deposit is bad enough. But trying to hide it from me is something else again. You know, I can't have her lying to me like that.
You know she never lies.
No, but she's got a great talent for curving the truth.
That isn't so.
Oh, no? Just watch this.
Will I be in your way down here?
No, no. Will I be in yours?
No.
Good, good. Patty, when you were in the bank today, you were in the bank, weren't you?
You already asked me that.
Oh, did I? Oh, that's right, I did. What about the deposit slip? You never gave me the deposit slip.
Do you really want to write now? I hate to run all the way upstairs again.
Oh, is that where it is?
Well, what is?
The deposit slip?
Dad, I'll never get my homework done if you keep asking me all these questions.
Martin, come on, let me hear the rest of your speech. I'd like to see what else you think is funny.
Look, Ross, why don't you... Ross, don't you have any homework to do?
I'm going to follow my usual policy of letting it go to the last minute, in case the world comes to a sudden end.
Look, don't you have someplace else you can go?
Sure, if I had 42 cents.
Here's $1. Now you can stay twice as long.
Gee, thanks. What'd you do, rob a bank?
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean by what?
Telephone for you, Patty. Thanks, Kath. Hello? Yeah? Richard, I don't have time to be running all over town in your cousin's scooter taking mileage checks. I don't have time, Richard. Goodbye. Where'd he go? Oh, no. Kathy, what are you doing? Kathy, have you seen a book called The Red and the Black? Yes. Where? Ross took it back to the library. You what? Well, he said someone gave him the money for the fine. Oh, and I know exactly who that was. Rich? Oh, I'm glad I caught you. Look, can you come right over and pick me up? Yeah, we're going to check the mileage from here to the library. Now, hurry up. Look, my brother, Ross Lane, brought back a book by mistake, The Red and the Black.
By mistake?
Yeah. You see, I was in the middle of it. I was just getting through the red part, and I didn't get into the black yet, so I got kind of hung up, you know?
Well, I'll check it for you. You say you returned it this evening?
Yeah.
Yes, it was returned. It was overdue.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Look, I promised to bring it back on time if you let me take it out again.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's been taken out.
Oh, no. Who took it?
I'm sorry. We're not allowed to give out that information.
Oh.
How would you like a life of the author Stendhal?
Anybody's life would be better than mine. The life of Stendhal, Sounds very interesting. Would you mind showing me where it is, please?
Yes, certainly. Critical study of Stendhal.
Sounds interesting.
This one contains his letters to Madame... Oh, dear. No, not this one.
You know what? I just remembered I can't do any more reading tonight because I'm behind on my television watching. Thanks very much anyway. Did you get the name?
A party named Higglemeyer.
Oh, good. What's the address?
I didn't get it.
What's the first initial?
I didn't get that either. I didn't have time. It took me too long just reading the name Higglemeyer.
Come on, we can still look it up on the phone. There can't be more than one Higglemeyer. Thank you. I'm sorry I bothered you, Mrs. Higglemeyer. Goodbye. Well, it's the 9th wrong Higglemeyer. Only 6 left to go.
I thought Higglemeyer is such a common name.
I don't know. Hello, is this Higglemeyer? I'm calling from the public library. Mr. Higglemeyer, did you happen to take a book from the library this evening? No, I'm not accusing you of stealing a book, Mr. Higglemeyer. I just wondered if you borrowed it. You know, with your library card. You don't have a library card. Well, thank you. Yes, I understand. We're all tired when we come home from work. Thank you very... Yes, that's right. Television does take a lot less out of you. Thank you very much, Mr. Higglemeyer.
If The Red and the Black is such an advanced book, why did Ross take it out?
I don't know. He probably thought it was something about roulette. Hello, is this Mrs. Higglemeyer? Mrs. Higglemeyer, did you happen to take a book from the public library? The Red and the Black? You did? Oh, that's great, Mrs. Higglemeyer. Goodbye, thank you.
She's got it, huh?
I'll say. And once I get it, I'll be saved. Or to put it another way, I'll be out of the red and into the black. Mrs. Higglemeyer?
Yes, come in. You're late, you know.
I am?
Mm-hmm. Oscar! The sitter's here! Did you ever see a man takes longer to dress than a woman?
No, that's pretty strange.
You're 20 minutes late. That's a bad way to start out.
Yeah, well, I'm awfully sorry. I had a little trouble finding the address.
Well, the baby's asleep in the bottles in the refrigerator. Oscar, will you hurry up? No visitors. There's sandwiches in the kitchen. Keep the television down. Oscar, I'm waiting! Oh, another thing. The emergency phone numbers are right here by the telephone.
Good.
Yes, what is it?
My father had a flat tire. That's why I'm late.
But who are you?
The sitter.
Oh, you can't be. You're already here. What? I mean, wait a minute. Are you sure you've got the right apartment?
Is this 1B?
No, it's 4B.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Well, at least I got the right letter. No visitors, the bottles in the refrigerator, the sandwiches are in the kitchen, keep the television down, and Oscar will be ready any minute. Goodbye.
You didn't get it, huh?
Oh, no? Richard, it's not in here.
Oh, look again.
It's not in here. I must have dropped it inside. I'm going back. Go away.
Well,
I think I dropped my gloves inside.
you weren't wearing any.
You sure?
Positive. And aren't you going to be late for your babysitting?
Mrs. Higglemeyer, I may as well tell you the truth. I'm not a babysitter.
Well, then what are you doing here?
I'm looking for $500.
Oscar!
Well?
Well, I'm gonna have to tell my father the truth. Dad?
Hmm?
I have something to tell you, if you're not too busy.
Well, I am, but I think this is something I've been waiting to hear.
Well,
Excuse me. Hello? Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, you can handle it. Right. Well, I'm ready to hear what you're apparently ready to tell me.
good. I just wanted to tell you I'm home. Bye. I still don't think you should have taken it out of the briefcase. Why not? It's my responsibility. I'm just following through like I was told. But how is poor Uncle Martin going to feel when he finds it gone? The same way poor Aunt Patty felt. The only problem is I won't sleep a wink all night worrying about all this money. Well, why not deposit it now? Kathy, the banks aren't open at night. I know that, but you could put it in the night depository. The what? Right outside the bank, there's a slot that you can drop it in. A lot of people make night deposits that way. Oh, boy, now you tell me. Where were you at 3:01 today?
What are we looking here for if you're so sure you had it in the den?
Because I'm not sure of anything anymore. And besides, we've looked all over the den. You haven't been doing any house cleaning, have you?
What is that supposed to mean?
You know how you are when you're cleaning up. You throw everything out.
Not money. You should never have hidden it from Patty in the first place.
I was just trying to teach her a lesson.
And instead you learned one.
Natalie, one thing I do not need right now is a sermon.
Hi. Looking for something?
Yeah, an envelope.
Oh? What kind of envelope?
Well, it was the one, it was about that big, you know.
Oh. Was there anything in it?
Yeah, it had a,
Oh, Martin, for heaven's sake. Patty, it was the envelope with the bank deposit in it.
Yeah, which you didn't make, and you hid in a book, and now it's lost.
You left out one step, which I didn't make, and I hid in a book, and you took out, but it's not lost.
Patty, that has nothing to do with it. The factory... It's not lost.
No.
You mean you know where it is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, where is it? Where?
It's in the bank where you told me to put it.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Patty. You know perfectly well you didn't make a deposit this afternoon.
No, I made it tonight. I put it in the night depository.
You did? You mean it's really in the bank?
Yeah.
Then everything's all right.
Boy, it certainly is. Wow. No, it's not.
What's the matter?
You know perfectly well what's the matter. You didn't do what you were supposed to do in the first place, and you caused me needless anxiety and concern.
I suppose if I said all's well that ends well, it wouldn't do any good, huh?
No, it wouldn't.
How about two wrongs don't make a right?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just thought I'd throw it in. Well, I guess I'll have to admit it. I was wrong.
Well, wouldn't you say that some punishment was indicated?
I guess so.
What would you suggest?
Don't send me to the bank anymore.
I think something a little more drastic than that.
Well, I suppose you could cut my allowance.
No, that's not severe enough.
Martin.
Now, Natalie, I'll handle this. The punishment I have in mind is quite severe, but I think it's very fair.
Well, I guess I deserve it. What is it?
You're going to have to listen to my speech. Ladies and gentlemen, how's that for a start? Before I make my report tonight, I'm reminded of a funny story about...
Here's the mail.
Oh, thanks, hon.
Who's your letter from, dear?
Aunt Mildred. It says, Dear Patty, thank you for your lovely letter. I'm so glad you enjoyed the Christmas gift.
Hey, you wrote her a thank you note. Good.
Incidentally, I wonder if your father ever got the scarf I knitted for him for Christmas. I never heard from him.
Oh, no, I thought I wrote her a thank you note.
Sure.
No, I swear, I really did think so.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that's very nice. I mean, after Aunt Mildred went to the trouble to knit that wild scarf. Don't you think some punishment is indicated?
Oh, I certainly do.
Okay, what's the punishment?
That you wear the scarf.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two.
Hi. Hey, I know you. Doesn't your father own the vegetable store on First Street?
Uh-huh, I'm his son.
Oh, well, what can I do for you?
Wanna buy these kittens?
Oh, aren't they cute? Why do you want to sell them?
They're from our cat, and me and my father want to keep them, but my mother don't. So she went to bed with a headache, so I have to. Oh, they're on sale, special today. 3 for 99 cents.
Oh, yeah? Well, look, I'd love to have one, but my mother gets headaches, too. We had a French poodle for a little while, and boy, did we have headaches.
Yeah, but these kittens are Americans.
Oh, what's happening?
Hey, Ross, aren't they cute? Look, he wants to sell them.
Yeah?
Please don't touch the merchandise.
Please don't touch the merchandise?
His father owns a vegetable store.
Oh, well, I'm not going to hurt him, kid.
I'm not a kid. I'm 6.5 going on 7.
Well, how much you want for him?
They're pretty valuable, you know. And they're all related, too. How does 50 cents a piece sound?
Wait a second. You just told me they were 3 for 99 cents.
That was only during the sale.
50 cents a piece, huh? Okay, I'll take one.
You gotta buy the 3 so they won't get lonesome.
Ross, are you out of your tree? Dad still hasn't gotten over that French poodle we had.
But these kittens
I know. They're Americans. Look, do you remember when that dog stole his meerschaum pipe and buried it?
Well, that wasn't the dog's fault. He thought it was a bone. And anyway, I'm going to steal for $1.50 because I'm not going to keep him, see? I'm going to sell him.
To who?
Mrs. Barton down the block. I heard she's been looking all over for some kittens.
Oh, yeah? You mean she wants to buy them for money?
Yeah. And you think a woman who buys a new car every year is going to settle for less than $5 a kitten?
Ross, we're in this together.
Yeah, give me $1.
You must have been homesick when they were teaching simple division.
We'll settle everything after we make the sale.
Okay. All right, Sonny. At 50 cents a piece, that's $1.50.
Right, but at $1 a piece, that's $3.
Now, wait a minute.
Don't blame me, lady. Everything costs more today.
Here, give me my money. Go on home with the kittens.
Oh, wait a minute, Patty. Just give him what he wants.
Oh, all right. Here. 1, 2, 3.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet.
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll. A hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins. Identical cousins, stand you find. They laugh alike, they walk alike. At times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
The next time you have a business proposition, find another partner.
Well, how was I supposed to know Mrs. Barton wanted some Persian cats?
You mean instead of American ones?
Very funny. I'm still sore at that woman, though. Boy, what a snob. She said these were just plain alley cats.
Well, they are.
Yeah, but did she have to say it right in front of the cats? They've got feelings, too, you know.
Mm-hmm. And so does Dad. And just what are you going to do with them?
It's the shortest partnership I ever saw.
Okay. What are we going to do with them?
Well, I've been mulling that over, and I think I've got a plan.
What?
How'd you like to buy my share?
Ross!
Just a suggestion. You want to do something that really makes some sense?
Yes, what?
Well, let's put an ad in the paper. You know, under animals for sale.
Are you out of your mind? What are we going to do with them in the meantime?
We can hide them in the cellar. You know, behind those trunks.
I don't know. Do you think that's safe?
Sure. Remember when I was a kid and you all thought I ran away? What do you think I had?
Well, I'm probably crazy for letting you talk me into this, but okay. Now get them out of here before Dad comes home.
All right, you take care of the ad. What's that for?
What do you think?
Well, yeah. I wish you a lot of luck, too.
Now, you wait a minute. in the basement.
What for?
Well, Ross got very thirsty. He wanted a drink of milk.
He's going to drink it out of a bowl?
Martin, if Ross wants to drink some milk voluntarily, let him do it any way he wants.
What are you working on down there?
A project.
Oh, for school?
No, for fun.
What is it?
Well, it's sort of a secret.
Patty, if you're helping Ross build me another tie rack for my birthday, I still haven't broken the one he gave me last year.
Martin, don't be so nosy. You're not making a mess down there, are you?
No, there's no mess. Not yet. Well, if you'll excuse me.
What'd you do, milk a cow?
Can't you keep him quiet?
You'd cry too if your little tummy was empty.
Here you go, little kitty. Come on, look. Shh, keep it down, will you, fellas? Ross, go back down in the cellar.
Do you realize that I've been practically living down there for 2 whole days? It's getting so the daylight hurts my eyes.
Ross, need I remind you where this whole flaky idea started?
Look, why don't we move him out to the garage? The fresh air will do him some good.
Garage?
It won't hurt me either.
Okay, I guess it would work.
Get this one.
Where are the other two?
What do you think? Want to know something? These kittens have been growing.
Come on. It's Dad.
The ashtrays.
Oh, hi, Dad.
Hi.
What are you doing home in the middle of the day?
Since when is 5 o'clock the middle of the day?
Oh, is it that late already? Well, see you at dinner.
Yeah.
Hey, but Ross, wait a minute. See, I think you're finally putting on a little weight.
Oh, gee. I think it's kind of temporary, as a matter of fact. Although it might not be.
Patty, will you please stand up straight? Your posture's terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's so funny? What's the matter?
Just a joke Ross was telling me to tell him, Ross.
What joke?
Oh, that's right. You told the distance of pointing it. Come on, Ross.
I think we ought to get Patty in for a checkup.
Why, is she breaking out?
No, down. Hello?
Is this Lane?
Yeah.
Tell me, do you have any females over there?
Do we have any what?
Females. Have you got any females?
Well, yeah, we've got 3, as a matter of fact.
Honey, is it for me?
No, I think he's some kind of census taker.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Do they come from pretty good stock?
Who?
The females.
Well, I think so.
Could you describe their markings?
What?
Can't you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but don't you fellas think you're getting a little personal?
You think the kittens will be safe in the garage?
Sure, why not?
Well, maybe I ought to put a brick in front of the door, though. Sometimes it swings open by itself.
Only when it's windy out.
Uh-oh. Look who's coming down the street.
It's that kid who sold us the kittens.
Patty, I've got an idea how we can get our money back.
How?
I'll jump on him and you...
Ross, don't be ridiculous. Oh, boy. He's coming up the drive.
Hi, remember me? I'm Ralphie. You bought my kittens.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Suppose you're wondering how they are, huh?
Yeah, my father was awful mad at me because I sold them to you.
He was?
Yeah, good and mad.
You know, Ralphie, I can't really blame him.
No?
No. I mean, we've been thinking it over, and we feel we took advantage of you.
We did? Right, yes. Oh, we did, yeah.
I mean, after all, those kittens are worth a lot more than we paid you for them, and, well, we decided we're going to sell them back to you.
Yeah, and all we want is our $3 back.
What about my profit?
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Every businessman is entitled to a little profit. Okay, $2.75.
$2.75.
Patty, stop cheating the kid. $2.50 even.
$2.50?
Okay, $2.25, and that's final.
It's a deal. Here's $1 and $2 and a quarter.
Thanks, Ralphie.
Boy, wait till I tell my father.
Tell him what?
He saw it out in the paper and he gave me $5 to get the kittens back.
You what?
Now can I jump on him?
No. A bargain's a bargain. Go get his kittens. Hey, Ralphie. I thought you said these kittens give your mother a headache.
Yeah, but I kept crying, my father kept yelling, and my mother said she would have the headache.
Patty, I told you we should have put something in front of the garage door. One of the kittens got away.
Oh, no.
Give me back my money.
Now, wait a minute, Ralphie. There, don't get frightened. Kathy's going to find you a very good home. Yes, aren't you sweet? Hello? Dorothy? Kathy Lane. You'll never guess what I just found. Just what you've always been looking for. What do you mean, how tall is he? I'm talking about the cat I found in our driveway. You're not interested? All right, Dorothy. If I find a boy in our driveway, I'll be sure to let you know. Bye. There, little kitty. It's all right.
Natalie! Oh, Nat!
Very quiet.
Hi, Cat.
Hello, Uncle Martin.
Where are you going, dear?
Oh, just down to the drugstore.
Well, why don't you wait? I'm just going to make some sandwiches.
Oh, really? All right. I'll go after lunch.
Come on now, Ralphie, be reasonable. Take the 2 kittens, and all you have to give us is $1.75.
No!
Look, we searched every backyard for blocks around, didn't we? And you saw me rip my pants going over that fence. What more do you want?
I want my 3 kittens.
It's no use. He's just plain stubborn.
Wait a minute. Ralphie, supposing we throw this knife into the deal.
Let me see. There's some blades missing.
Yeah, but there's still a very good bottle opener left.
Okay, it's a deal.
Nice going, Ross. I'll go get the kittens.
Hey, this blade's broken at the end.
Yeah, but that makes it even more valuable.
How come?
Well, now you got a built-in screwdriver.
Ross! What's the big idea of leaving the garage door open?
What happened?
Now there's only 1 kitten left.
Here's your knife back.
Thanks.
Oh, where could the kittens be going?
The drain.
Drain.
The one that runs under the yard. How long has that cover been off?
I don't know. Go get the pickaxe and shovel before it's too late.
Yeah.
Natalie, is that you? Oh, hi. That must be here somewhere.
No, it isn't.
I don't even know what I'm looking for. See a scrap of paper about so big with some writing on it. What's that?
What does it look like?
No. It was a piece of paper with some notes for an editorial I'm writing about reducing the sales tax, and I... What in the world are you going to do with that?
Well, I'm not going to drink it.
What?
A piece of paper with some writing on it.
Yeah. Did you see it anywhere?
No. But, Martin, while you're here, do you know what just flew into my head?
Natalie, I'll put those screens up the first thing next week.
No. I was talking about an idea that I just had. Something that I think will help Ross develop a sense of responsibility.
Oh, what is it?
Well, if we want Ross to develop a sense of responsibility, he's got to have something to be responsible for.
Can't beat that logic. What do you have in mind?
Oh, I don't know. Just anything.
All right. What is it? Animal, vegetable, or mineral?
Martin, an animal would be a very good idea.
How many more questions do I get?
Oh, Martin, I think you're right. You know, a pet might be just the thing. Something like, I don't know. Maybe a cat. Oh, you don't have to make up your mind now, Martin. Why don't you just think about it?
I have a strange feeling you've already made my mind up for me. Say, I just have to think of something.
Where are you going?
Well, I came into the pantry a little while ago to get some lighter fluid, and I might have left the paper in there.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, I was just in there, and I didn't see it.
Would it be all right with you if I looked in the car? I think I might have done some scribbling while I was waiting for a red light.
Why don't you look, Martin?
Thank you.
Oh, come here, little kitten. Oh, hello, sweetheart. Did you miss Natalie? Yes, you did. Of course you did. Oh, you don't have to worry about him. He growls a lot, but he doesn't bite.
Oh, gee, you startled me, Kat.
Just by walking into the kitchen?
Gee, what do you want, dear?
Well, Natalie, you know Uncle Martin pretty well. And, well, I was wondering, does he still feel...
Yes, dear?
Never mind. I think I'll think it over and ask you later. Oh, I think I'll have some milk.
Why don't you have it up in your room?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Do you want a glass?
No, I have a little dish that'll be just perfect.
Was it in the car?
Well, I never really got a chance to look because, say, you know, Natalie, I got to thinking about that suggestion of yours, about getting a pet for Ross.
Oh, I really think it would do him a lot of good.
Oh, I think so too, Nat. And a cat really wouldn't be much trouble. I mean, especially a little kitten.
Well, a little kitten's exactly what I had in mind.
You did? Good. That's fine, because I just found the cutest little kitten in the world. Look at that.
How did he get out of the pantry?
What? Well, whose cat is that?
Oh, it's mine. I mean, it's Ross's.
Natalie? Oh, Uncle... Whose is that?
Well, it's mine.
And that?
This one's mine.
What? Oh, my.
I'm confused.
Well, I'm not. Just think about it for a minute. The sound of babies crying all over the place. Patty and Ross sneaking in and out of the house the last 2 days.
And the way the milk's been disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
They were hiding them.
Oh, isn't that funny? They were afraid to ask if they could keep them. They didn't think you'd approve.
Now, wait a minute. You're not going to palm off 3 kittens on me.
You can't keep them?
Well, you said that we could keep one.
Yeah, that's right. 1.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Martin.
Oh, well, now, wait a minute, Kathy. If we can only keep one, I think it should be this one. He has such personality.
Oh, but did you see the twinkle in this one's eyes?
Yeah, well, wait a minute. I think this one is the healthiest of the 3. Oh, there's the door.
Oh, but this one is so agreeable. Look. Oh, doesn't he look like he's smiling?
Did you notice the white paws on this one? It makes him look like he has mittens.
Feel this one's fur. It's soft as silk.
Did you see the twinkle?
Oh, look at that smile.
Yeah, but feel his fur. Oh, I'll get that.
Natalie, I don't know if you noticed, but this one is a female.
Oh, but Kathy, if we're going to keep one, it should be this one. He's so cute and agreeable.
You, Mr. Lane?
Yes?
That's my son, Ralphie. He, sold some kittens to your daughter and your son.
There they are, Pop. They said they ran away, but they didn't. See, they got my kittens.
Your kittens?
You said you was gonna get them back, Pop. Get them back.
Oh, no, wait just a
You
minute.
ask me, I think your kids took advantage of Ralphie. That's what they did. I mean, a kid his age, they ought to be ashamed. That's what they ought.
Well, no, I don't.
What do they care they break a kid's heart? I can tell you something. If they was my kids, I'd break something of theirs all right, I can sure tell you that.
Well, now, wait a minute. Let's just calm down here a second and tell me what this is all about. Now, you say that my son and daughter bought some cats from your boy?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, did they force him to sell?
No, but...
And there was an exchange of cash?
Yeah?
Well, then I can tell you, even though I'm not a lawyer, that that's as good as a contract.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. But you see, Ralphie here bought those kittens back. And he gave your kids some money, and that's an exchange of cash, right? Even though you're not a lawyer? Well,
Is that you, Ross?
No, it's me, Dad.
Do you know where Ross is?
I'm right here.
Oh, well, come in here a minute.
Oh, sure, just as soon as I go upstairs and wash.
No, wait a minute. I've got something to tell you. What have you two been up to?
Well, we haven't been up to anything.
No, it's more like down.
My goodness, you two look like you've been out digging ditches.
You know something? You're psychic.
Dad, as long as we're talking, you know the drain that runs into the front yard?
What about it?
Well, is it very difficult to replace?
Why do you ask?
Well, never mind. You said you wanted to tell Ross something.
Oh, yeah. That little boy Ralphie and his father were by.
Oh, boy.
Dad, I swear I don't know where those 3 kittens went to.
Oh, there's nothing to worry about now, dear. It's all straightened out.
It is? Mm-hmm. How?
We compromised. Ralphie took 2, and we took 1.
Are you talking about dollars?
Nope. Kittens.
You mean you finally got over that French poodle?
Well, your mother and I decided it was a good idea for Ross to have a kitten.
That's right.
What for?
To give you some sense of responsibility.
Now, wait a minute. You aren't going to stick me with a cat. Every time it does something, it'll be my fault.
Now, wait a minute, Ross.
Ross, there you are. Surprise.
Kathy, set him down here on the floor so Ross can see the trick I taught him.
Oh, boy.
Martin, I don't think you have to teach a cat to lick its paws.
See the little mittens he has, Ross?
And that wonderful little smile.
And feel his fur. It's soft as silk.
Patty, did you see his eyes? Aren't they precious? They should be. They cost $1.50 a piece.
Dad, look at him play with the paper.
Yeah. Isn't he cute?
I guess it's time to feed him, huh?
No, I gave him some milk about an hour ago.
Oh, dear. So did I.
Me too. We're going to wind up with a pretty fat cat.
I thought this cat was for my sense of responsibility.
Isn't that cute, Martin? Look at him play with the paper.
Uh-huh.
Hey, wait a minute. What's on that paper?
Let's see, some writing, figures.
My algebra paper. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Come on, kitty. Give it back. Come on. Come on, give it back. Come on.
Come on, Patty. Where's your sense of humor?
Swell. Swell.
Just trying to get an education, that's all.
Pat, the cat was just having fun.
Oh, sure. Hey, wait a minute. This isn't my algebra.
What is it?
I don't know. It says something about reduced sales tax. 1, burden on low incomes. 2.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. Those are the notes from my editorial. Oh, no. Look, he's torn them.
Dad, where's your sense of humor?
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose
you thinking about?
Me? Nothing.
Come on, you must be thinking about something.
Well, actually, I was thinking if you wanted any popcorn, it's almost gone.
Richard, I don't know how you can eat popcorn after that big dinner we had at Sally and Bob's.
That was over an hour ago. Here.
You know, every time I think of Sally and Bob married, I can't believe it. Well, they only graduated last year.
Yeah, and everybody said it wouldn't last because they were too young. How long have they been married now?
Over 6 months.
It shows you how wrong people can be.
Yeah. You know what I like best about the apartment? Those wild polka-dotted curtains Sally made. I thought they were the grooviest.
Yeah, the whole apartment's groovy.
And it'll be even groovier when they get furniture.
It's gotta be. Patty, I've got something I've got to tell you.
Yes, Richard?
Ever since we left Sally and Bob's, I've had this, funny feeling.
Yeah?
At first, I thought it was that terrible meatloaf Sally made. But then I realized it was something else. We're not getting any younger.
I know.
And we're going to graduate soon, and then what's going to happen to us?
I guess you'll go to college, and so will I.
Right. And we'll meet other people, and we'll get interested in them, and they'll get interested in us, and before you know it, we'll lose touch with each other.
Could be.
Well, I don't want that to happen.
Neither do I.
So you know what I think we ought to do?
Rich, if you say we ought to drop each other a line now and then, I'll strangle you.
Well, maybe you think I've flipped, and maybe I have. And if you want to laugh, that's all right, too. But I've got to get this off my chest before it kills me. Let's get married.
Married?
Oh, forget it. I knew you'd laugh.
I'm not laughing, Richard. Don't go. Don't go.
You mean you will? Oh, I'm so happy. I don't know what to say.
Richard, there are times when words aren't necessary.
You're right. Patty? Yeah? Pass the popcorn.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet,
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, the hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet! Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Oh, hi, honey.
Hi.
Did you have a nice time?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I was having a hard time getting to sleep, so I thought I'd better make myself some warm milk. It's a great sedative, you know.
Dad, I have something to discuss with you.
Okay.
Well, don't you think that cookies and milk will ruin your diet?
Honey, I haven't gained any weight in years. And you have something on your mind besides milk and cookies now, don't you? Well, what is it?
Well, do you think college is important for a girl?
Well, it depends on the girl.
Well, what I mean is, a girl gets married, and then what good is a degree? Isn't it more important for a person to do what he feels he has to do?
We still talking about this girl?
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, life is short enough, and I don't want to put it off 4 more years. I want to come to grips with it now.
Okay. How?
Well, I just wanted to start you thinking about it. Good night, sleep well.
A lot of good this is going to do me now. Hello? Oh, all right, yeah, fine, put her on. Hello, Nat.
I'm not disturbing you, am I?
No, I was just, thinking.
Oh, poor thing, up all night. How do you feel?
Fine, fine. What is it, Nat?
Well, I was thinking about that talk that Patty had with you last night. I think I know what it is.
You do?
I found this booklet hidden under her bed. It's on nursing as a career.
She wants to be a nurse?
Well, I don't know. If she does, she's sure going to have to learn to dust under a bed.
The only thing I don't understand, Nat, is why is she having such a hard time telling us about it?
Maybe she'll tell us tonight.
Mom, Dad, I have something to tell you.
Yes, Patty.
Well, it's something that isn't very easy to tell.
Yes, Patty?
In fact, it's impossible to tell.
Patty! Wait a minute, honey. Now, I think I can be of some help to you. Your mother and I already know what you're trying to say.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you find out?
Oh, what's the difference, dear? We did. And we approve.
Well, let's just say if it's what you really want to do, we certainly won't object to it.
Oh, Dad, I've got the greatest parents in the world.
Honey, you're sure now this is what you want?
Oh, yeah, Mom, and I don't think I'm too young.
Oh, I'd say you're just the right age.
You know, you've got hidden depth. I thought you'd flip when you heard about it. I mean, I know you wanted me to go to college.
Well, what you have in mind is just another way of getting an education.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. You sure you're not upset?
Honey, I can't wait to see you all in white.
I can't wait either.
Patty, I just want you to realize one thing. Now, I don't want you to go into this with a lot of romantic notions. You know, about dedicating yourself to all mankind.
Well, not all mankind.
Because basically, it's a lot of hard work.
Well, I know that, Dad, but I thought I should keep a few romantic notions. Don't you?
Well, your father's right, dear. After all, you should know what you're getting into. You know, it's not only hard work, it's long hours.
And a lot of night work.
What?
That's right. You know, you're not going to have very much time for dates.
Dates? I wasn't planning on having any dates.
Well, a date every now and then wouldn't hurt.
I don't believe it.
We have to have some relaxation.
You spend a day making beds, taking temperatures, collecting bedpans.
Bedpans? You make it sound like I'm going to be a nurse.
Well, aren't you?
No. Whatever gave you an idea like that?
Well, this booklet that your mother found in your room.
I sent away for that when I was 10.
Why did you hide it under your bed?
I wasn't hiding it. I put it under the bed to keep it from rocking.
Oh.
Well, Patty, would you mind telling us what it is you're trying to tell us?
Okay. You know Richard Harrison, don't you?
You vaguely. He's the boy you've been going with for 5 years, right?
That's the one. That's him. The point is, The point is...
Yes?
I'll get it.
Hi.
Could you meet me in the backyard, please?
What's the matter?
Nothing. It's just that, well, it's so nice and warm out there and it's so chilly in here.
What a night, huh?
I'll say.
All those stars?
Oh, you mean out here? Yeah, it's a gas.
Well?
Well, what?
Well, what did your folks say when you told them?
Oh, they, naturally, what'd your folks say?
I didn't have the nerve to tell them.
Oh, Richard.
Patty, it's a lot rougher for me than for you. After you're gone, they still have Kathy and Ross. But when I leave, who have my folks got? Just each other. Oh, it'll be a terrible shock to them.
What are we sitting here gossiping for? It's such a beautiful evening. Let's enjoy it.
Okay.
Tired?
Well, I didn't get much sleep last night. You know, after we decided.
Neither did I. You know what I kept saying over and over again to myself, and I couldn't believe it?
What?
Mrs. Richard Harrison.
I always thought my name was pretty ordinary. But with a Mrs. in front, it really sounds better.
Of course, it's what's up front that counts.
Well, I guess I better shove off, huh?
Yeah, if you're going to talk to your folks in the morning, you'll need all the rest you can get.
Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.
And tomorrow and tomorrow.
You know it. Good night, love bug.
Good night, sweet Richard.
Hey, You never did tell me what your folks said.
Oh, well, it would take too long, Rich, and you need your rest. Good night.
All right.
This is Richard Harrison.
I couldn't wait to see you.
Oh, give me your thing.
Oh, why bother? Boy, you sure are lovely.
Well, I always try to look my best for you. Richard, please, not in front of the children.
How are the kids?
Oh, they're fine. Can't you hear the babble of their tiny little voices?
Sweetest music this side of heaven.
Patricia! Guess who's here?
Would you look at that kid? Is she something else?
What do you expect? You're her father.
Did you bring me anything?
Close your eyes. Put out your hands.
What is it?
A doll.
It is.
Rich, you shouldn't have spent all that money.
Oh, don't worry. I got it as a prize in a gum machine. Well, what do you say?
Where's the gum?
Isn't that cute? Where's the gum?
Another rough day, dear?
You know it.
Oh, well, I'll get your slippers and your pipe.
Thank you.
Your pipe? And your slippers.
What did you do today?
Oh, usual. I watched TV all morning, and then I went downtown and I had lunch with Sally and the other married ladies, and then we played bridge, and then, I hope you won't mind, but I went on a little shopping spree.
Out spending my hard-earned money, huh?
Yes, but I bought 2 lovely things I know you'll like. Now, if you think they're too expensive, I can always take them back.
Oh, no, no. I only wish I could afford to buy you more of them.
Oh, I'm so lucky I married you.
No, I'm the one with all the luck.
Oh, hi.
It's late, darling. Time to go to bed.
Mom,
I want to thank you
For what?
for making me take piano lessons.
Patty, I'm so happy for you. Thanks, Sally. I wanted you to be the first to know. I mean, if you and Bob hadn't invited us to dinner, this never would have happened. Tell me, Sally, did you have trouble telling your parents?
Yeah, but it all works out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sure. My mom doesn't even cry anymore when Bob's name's mentioned.
Have you set the date yet? No, but after graduation, of course. Hey, look, are you in a hurry? I have a million things to ask you.
Well, I gotta be downtown at 4.
Oh, you got plenty of time. I made some notes. Oh, yeah. How many bridesmaids did you have? There was me and Monica and Lois. 6. That's right. Oh, I saw some great compacts. Do you think those would be good gifts for the girls? And at a church wedding, can you have an orchestra or do you have to use the organ? And do you think it would be better to have the reception at the church or at home?
Patty, can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Why don't you have a simple wedding and save the money?
Save it? For what?
For what? You're kidding. Wait till you're married, you won't ask. Do you know if Bob and I had the money that Dad spent on 1 case of champagne, it'd save our lives?
Sally, are you having financial troubles?
I'm not. Bob is. You know, he's about as good at handling money as I am with intercontinental ballistic missiles.
Oh, really?
Oh, don't misunderstand me. Bob's a living doll. Boy, I'd rather be married to him than anyone else in the world. If I have to be married. It's just that, oh, I don't know, one day you're sitting there and you're young and pretty, and all the boys are chasing after you. And your only problem is which cologne to use. And then you get married, and all you smell from is bacon fat.
Are you sorry you got married?
Me? Not for a second.
You mean you do it all over again?
In a second. But I'd wait a few years. Don't pay any attention to me. I mean, I just feel like this today. Tomorrow I'll wake up and face the world with a whole new... No, I won't. I've got the bathroom and kitchen floors to do tomorrow. Oh, Patty, look, I've got to cut out. Listen, do me a favor.
Sure, Sally.
Forget everything I said.
Oh, yeah, sure. Thanks for coming by.
Anytime.
What are you doing home so early?
I couldn't wait to see you. Boy, you look lovely.
I always try to look my best for you. Give me your things.
Why bother?
Oh! Please, not in front of the children.
Yeah, the kids. How are they?
Oh, they're fine. Can't you hear the babble of their tiny little voices?
Yeah, the sweetest music this side of heaven.
Tricia! Guess who's here? Darling.
Look at that kid. Is she something else?
What do you expect? You're a father. Did you bring me anything?
Yeah, close your eyes and put out your hands.
What is it?
That's all.
This? Richard, you shouldn't have spent all that money.
Don't worry, don't worry. Got it as a prize in a gum machine. Well, what do you say?
Where's the gum?
Isn't that cute? Where's the gum?
Your slippers and your pipe.
What did you do today?
Oh, the usual. I watched TV in the morning. Then I went downtown and had lunch with Sally and some of the other married ladies. And then I went on a shopping spree.
Oh, out spending my hard-earned money, huh?
Yeah, but I bought two lovely things I'm sure you'll like. Now, if you think they're too expensive, I can always take them back.
No, I only wish I could afford to buy you more.
Oh, I'm so lucky I married you.
No, I'm the one with all the luck.
Patty.
Oh, hi.
Patty, your mother and I think we finally figured out what you've been trying to tell us.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You and Richard want to get married.
Married? Where'd you ever get a ridiculous idea like that?
Oh, hi, Bob.
I've been looking for you. I need to ask you something.
I want to ask you a few questions, too. When you and Sally decided to get married, was it rough telling your parents?
No, not at all. I just shouldn't have told my mother while she was driving the car.
What happened?
A 7-car pileup. Hey, listen, I need a favor. I hate to ask you, but I've just got to.
What is it?
Well, would you be willing to ask your dad about obtaining a loan for me from his bank?
You? You want a loan?
I don't want one. I've got to have one. Well, I told Sally, take it easy at first. But you know how women are. They know as much about finances as I know about intercontinental ballistic missiles.
You mean Sally's extravagant?
I wouldn't say that. She just likes to spend money. I don't want you to get the idea I'm knocking marriage. I'm not. It's just that I think a guy ought to live it up a little bit before he gets himself tied down.
Live it up?
Yeah. You know, get out and see things. Like me. I always wanted to go around the world in a boat, and find fame and fortune. If I'd have done that instead of getting married, well, I'd have more money, be older, I'd be smarter, and I wouldn't have gotten married.
You wouldn't have?
Well, I wouldn't have rushed into it without thinking, that's for sure.
Oh.
I don't want you to get the idea I'm knocking marriage, because I'm not. Sally's the greatest. And what a cook, huh? How about that meatloaf she made the other night?
Yeah.
Would you believe it, the first time she made it, I couldn't eat it? Well, she's come a long way. Well, you'll ask your dad about the loan?
Oh, sure.
Good. Thanks so much. What else do you want to ask me?
Nothing, Bob. I think that about covers it.
I got to split. So I'll be talking to you. And thanks.
You want to back out, don't you?
Huh? Why do you say that?
Because it's cold out here and you're perspiring.
Yeah, well, if anybody's trying to back out, it's you.
All right, let me ask you a simple question. Do you want to get married or don't you?
Oh, gee, Patty, I don't know why you got your back up.
I asked you a simple question. Do you or don't you?
Oh, I certainly don't want to marry somebody who's got their back up.
Richard, do you know what you are?
Now, let's not start calling names.
It's not a name. It's just a colorful description. You're the lowest.
Hey, kids.
Rich, I'm glad I finally tracked you down. Hi, Patty. I'm sorry to interrupt. Did you talk to your dad?
I won't need to now.
No, I mean about the loan.
Oh, no, but I will.
Well, I need it twice as much now and twice as bad.
Why?
Well, Sally was at the doctor's yesterday, and he told her we're going to be a mommy. I mean, she's going to be a mommy. Is that something else?
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
That's great, Bob. Sally must be flying.
She's on cloud 9. Me too. Well, first thing is we're going to have to get a bigger apartment, which will mean higher rent. Then there's the doctor and the hospital and the practical nurse and all the other things for the boy. Baby, or whatever it is.
Wow, the bills, huh?
Yeah, but so what? I just got a raise and I'll get another one. Or I'll get another job. One thing for sure is Sally's going to have the best, and so is that boy. The baby. Listen to me, I don't even know what I'm saying. Well, I got to get over and tell my folks they are really going to flip. They've just been waiting for a grandson. Grandboy. Grandchild. Well, listen, you'll ask your dad about the loan?
Oh, sure.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, I want to tell you kids something. I mean this very sincerely. If you're thinking about marriage, don't hesitate. Believe me, it's the greatest. Later.
Well, he's really out of his tree, isn't he?
Yeah, they'll be putting a cradle in it soon.
I'm sorry, Patty.
That's okay, Rich.
I don't know what happened to us. Do you?
Yeah, I think we lost our nerve.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
That's okay. I don't mind waiting until we get it back.
You know, every time I think of Sally and Bob, I could just cry. So young and saddled with all those problems.
Yeah, those poor kids.
And every time I think of how close we came to making that same mistake.
You're not kidding.
You know, Rich, it's lucky for you that I'm mature enough to realize a mistake before I make it.
Are you saying I'm not mature?
No. You're mature, but in a different way. You know, it's your own special kind of maturity.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
Rich, everybody knows that girls mature faster than boys.
Yeah, well, I happen to think I'm just as mature as you are, if not more so.
You think you're more mature than me?
Yeah.
Pardon me while I laugh.
Well, just ask anybody who knows us. Ask my mother.
There's no point in continuing it. Your mother thinks I'm immature?
Oh, no, wait.
Certainly glad I found that out in time.
Patty?
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Pass the popcorn, please.
Gladly.
What a crazy pair, but they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind.
He's awfully shy, but I knew he'd come over. Nope, I better cool it. I don't want to scare him away. You mean he's that shy? Oh, Kathy, I'm a mess. I better go change.
You look as good as that car does.
Kathy, close that. I've been hoping all semester he'd notice me. And then today in the cafeteria, I dropped my ice cream and we started talking.
Where did you drop it?
Fortunately, on his apple pie.
Oh, I see. It was a la mode at first sight.
Yeah. Then one thing led to another, and then he asked me if I teach him the frug, and here he is. Only where is he? It's funny I don't see him. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
Fine.
Who is it?
Patty, Lane.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Patty, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You know that place you were telling me about down at the beach, where all the kids go dancing?
Gaga Go-Go?
Yeah, well, I was kind of thinking of going there tonight, except I got a little problem.
Oh, don't worry. You can always go Dutch.
No, it's not the money. But I gotta mow our lawn and do some work in the garden, and if I do, I won't get these wheels fixed by tonight. So I was wondering, do you think I could hire your brother to mow our lawn?
Oh, sure. He'll be glad to.
Well, I can only pay him about 50 cents an hour.
Oh, that's okay. Ross is always looking for a way to make money, and he'll be glad to help us out. You. The lawn. I'll go tell him. Ask him.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. Thought they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet.
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves her rock and roll. The hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Ross, can I talk to you a minute? Isn't he something else, Kath?
I don't know. All I can see are his feet.
Look, I have to get Ross to mow the lawn so that he can take me dancing.
Oh, he asked you?
Well, not really. He's too shy to ask, but figure it out. I mean, of all the houses around here, why did he pick ours to break down in front of?
What about Richard?
Richard and I are taking sabbaticals. We both feel we need a new point of view. Where are you going?
Forget it. Whenever you get a new point of view, nobody's safe.
Oh, Ross! Ross, wait! How would you like to earn some money?
You spoke?
Chuck Farrell would like you to mow his lawn.
You mean manual labor?
Oh, come on, Ross. It'd be a big favor to me, and it's a nice neighborly thing to do for the Farrells.
What do you mean neighborly? The Farrells live 15 blocks from here.
You're exaggerating. They don't live more than 3/4 of a mile.
I know exactly where they live because there's a girl next door named Fowler. And boy, is she a hang-up.
So what? You wouldn't be mowing her lawn.
You don't know her. She'd bring her lawn over to where I was.
I'm a little level with you. If Chuck doesn't get somebody to mow his lawn, he won't be able to take me dancing tonight.
Oh, so you're the neighbor I'm supposed to help. How much?
50 cents an hour?
50 cents an hour. Do you realize that the federal minimum wage is $1.50 plus all the soda you can drink?
Please, Ross.
Forget it. I'm not going to get mixed up with that Fowler girl for 50 cents an hour. My life's spooky enough now.
What am I going to tell Chuck, that I've been shot down by my own brother? Well, I better tell him. He's gone. Gone? Oh, boy. How am I going to teach him the frug back tonight? Patty, he didn't ask you to go dancing. Well, he as much as asked me, I could tell. How? By the expression on his feet? Come on, Kathy, help me. Who am I going to get to mow Chuck's lawn?
I haven't the slightest idea.
How about Richard?
Patty.
Yeah, I guess that would be a little depraved. Well, I guess if worse came to worse, I could always do it myself.
You're not serious.
Why not? You're going to start chasing a man with a lawnmower?
Dad, have you got time for heart-to-heart talk?
Is it about your allowance?
No.
Then I'm at your disposal.
How would you feel about my dropping French?
See, I didn't even know you were taking it.
Well, that's the point. I'm not taking it.
Maybe we ought to talk about your allowance.
Okay, let me explain. You see, it's an experiment that they ask for volunteers for. You know, guinea pigs. French ones.
Oh, well, French is a very interesting language. Why do you want to drop it?
Well, it isn't the language. It's where they teach it in that old wing. No wonder I get sinking spells.
Sinking spells?
Yeah, whenever my teacher calls on me. Let me explain, Dad. You see, the ceiling's all cracked.
Well, now, that old wing didn't bother you when you were taking metal shop in it.
Yeah, but how was I to know that when they asked for volunteers, everybody but me would be girls?
Oh, it's women. I thought it was cracks in the ceiling.
It is. Those cracks are the only place I can look and be comfortable. When I just walk into class, you should see them giggle.
Ross, I'm surprised at you. I should think having all girls in the class would be an attraction.
Well, that's at your age, not at mine.
Dad, you want on the phone?
So which would you rather your son be, Dad? A dropout or a blackout?
Hello?
And what good is French? We're not even at war with him.
Ross, I'll make a deal with you. If you mow Chuck's grass, I'll talk to Dad about letting you drop French.
How?
I'll just come right out and say I think it's shaking you up.
Oh, you've noticed it?
Of course. And I'll tell him that I think it could do something to you permanently.
You ask me, it already has. What makes you think he'll listen to you?
Remember the time you said you were too young to see that movie and I convinced him your mind was already too far gone to be warped?
I don't know what's going to happen to my mind if I stay in that French class. You think you could swing it?
But of course. Sorry. Well, is it a deal?
If only that Fowler girl didn't live next door to Chuck. I can't make up my mind.
Well, take your choice, Ross. Would you like to face one girl or a whole class full?
It's a deal.
Good. Oh, Dad, look, can I talk to you about Ross for a second?
Patty, you and your brother are going to have to learn to get along with each other.
Oh, we're getting along just groovy.
Isn't that groovily?
Huh?
No, forget it.
Look, Dad, frankly, I'm worried about Ross.
Why?
Well, haven't you noticed how shy he's gotten lately?
This is your brother, Ross, you're talking about?
Daddy has a phobia about anything in skirts.
Oh, well, that shouldn't be a problem. Practically no girls wear skirts anymore. And there's so little to the ones they do wear that they shouldn't bother anybody.
That's the point. It wouldn't bother anybody but Ross. Dad, that French class really has him in a flap.
Oh, it's the French class.
Yeah, and if you want my opinion, I think he's in way over his head. And to leave him floundering there is like watching your own son drown in a language he can't even understand.
Ross asked you to talk to me about this?
No. No, it was my own self-observation. And frankly, Dad, I think the best thing in the world you could
Honey,
do...
tell me something. Are you going on a picnic with one of your classes?
No. This is for Ross.
All this?
Yeah. Well, there might be someone else in the neighborhood where he's working who's hungry.
Well, mainly you're doing it for Ross.
Mainly, yeah.
You know what I think every man should have?
What's that?
A sister as nice as you.
But, Dad, you haven't answered me about Ross.
Oh, well, I'll think it over. And if that phone call is for me, I'll be back in an hour.
Oh, but... Hello?
Hi, am I out of French?
Ross, where are you?
I'm at Chuck's. Am I out?
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
Well, I just thought of something you could kind of point out to Dad. Tell him that if I drop French, I can spend a lot more time on the English language, which I've really been neglecting.
Look, Ross, I'm taking care of French. You take care of the grass.
Don't worry, I am. And I hope you know what a sacrifice I'm making for you. Boy, that Fowler girl who lives next door.
What about her?
All I can say is, oh, boy.
Well, just ignore her.
Oh, that's the problem. She's not the kind of girl who lets herself be ignored.
Look, Ross, if you do a good job on Chuck's lawn, I promise I'll be doing the same with Dad. Okay? Goodbye.
What's so funny?
You.
You kindly flake off?
This happens to be my driveway, you know.
Ross! What are you doing? You're supposed to be mowing.
Excuse me, I stopped to breathe.
Oh, boy, if Chuck comes out and finds you resting, he's gonna flip.
Who's resting? Do you realize what I've been going through around here?
What do you mean?
Oh, never mind. Have you got me out of the French class yet?
Well, Dad's right on the edge. I just have to give him a little push. Where's Chuck?
What are you doing here anyway? Why don't you go home and push?
Oh, gee, you're sweet, Ross. After I went to all that trouble to see that you don't go hungry. Chuck in the house?
I haven't even seen him.
Oh. Well, you better have some lunch.
No, I want to finish this front part before that Fowler girl makes a return trip. She goes by here every 15 minutes on the quarter hour, and she's making a wreck out of me.
Why do you even look at her?
You mean I should do this with my eyes closed? I'm telling you, it's the same way in that French class. Everywhere I look, I'm surrounded.
Oh, Ross. What I'd like to know is where's Chuck? There he is. Here you go.
Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. You?
Oh, fine.
Patty?
Yeah. Look, Chuck, I hope my brother's doing a good job for you. I hope...
Small wrench. Man, I wish you could see how this kingpin here is hardly worn. And has it been under longitudinal stress?
Longitudinal, huh?
Yeah. Boy, isn't that something?
Oh, I'll say. How would you like a ham salad sandwich?
Sure.
Oh, good. I thought I'd pack a little something for my brother, and as long as I was packing, I figured, why not pack something for you so you wouldn't have to stop working? I mean, I know you wanted to get that car finished so you could go dancing tonight.
Right.
How about a hard-boiled egg?
Oh,
What's the matter?
that egg wasn't hard boiled.
It wasn't?
No. In fact, it wasn't boiled at all.
Sorry about that hard-boiled egg that wasn't hard-boiled.
Oh, that's okay.
Would you like something to drink?
Sure.
Root beer, lemon, or ginger ale?
Root beer.
One root beer, commander.
Players.
What? Say, Chuck, I want to get something straight. When you were in front of my house this morning, did I understand you to say that you wanted to get the car finished so you could go dancing at Gaga Go-Go tonight?
That's right.
Oh, well, at least I understood. Well, tell me, is this your first time to Gaga Go-Go?
Yep.
Oh, well, it should be fun for you and, whoever you go-go with. Hello.
Holy chrysanthemum.
Do you need an extra pair of glasses to see where you're going?
Will you get back in your tree?
Would you like a pickle?
You bet.
Okay. 2 pickles and a gherkin coming under.
Man, this kingpin can really take the vibration. That's a test for metal, you know, vibration.
Hey, speaking of vibration.
Hey, that's wild.
It's the beasts, aren't they, the end? Wouldn't you like to come out of there and stretch your bones a little?
I haven't got time. Don't forget, you promised to teach me the frug.
Teacher, you're doing it.
Who, me? The frug?
Sure, and if you can do it under there, doing it on your feet will be a cinch.
Patty, come here. What's happened? Oh, boy. Come here.
What's the matter?
I'm telling you right now, I'm quitting.
You can't quit at a time. Oh, Ross, what happened?
The Fowler girl, look what she did to me.
She pushed you?
Pushed me. She did a lot worse than that to me.
Well, what was it?
I don't know. I've never had anybody do anything like this to me before.
Oh, look at these flowers. I've never been so humiliated in my life.
You've never been. How do you think I feel? Shh. I tell you, I can't take that girl anymore.
You'd rather take French than her?
And that's another thing. You're not doing anything about getting me out of that French class. All you're doing is sitting around killing time with Chuck.
And all you're doing is goofing. You're always goofing.
Okay, if that's your attitude.
Oh, I didn't mean it.
That's okay, but just remember, the second main reason I'm here is to help you out.
I said I was sorry. Look, Ross, Chuck is dying to finish that car so he can take me dancing tonight. I promised to go home and work on Dad if you'll finish the lawn and please fix these flower beds.
All right. If that Fowler girl goes by again, just once more.
Don't let her bug you. Just stick out your chin and keep mowing. You don't know what this French class is doing to Ross. He mows down flower beds. He sees an ordinary girl and he shakes all over.
I thought you said he was shy.
Well, doesn't that prove it?
No, my dear. The shy do not stay to shake. They run. And when I first met your mother, she made me shake, but I didn't run, did I?
No, I did.
After you met her, did you mow down flower beds?
Oh, I walked through a flower bed.
My own mother's flower bed.
And once at a picnic, I even walked on your mother. Natalie, how do you feel about this?
Well, I don't really know what to think.
Well, Ross says that at night he can't see anything but cracks in the ceiling and girls, and it's supposed to be ruining him socially. And Patty claims that it's destroying his morale, and quite frankly, it's not doing much for mine.
Well, we'll have to talk about it.
Well, could you talk about it now? Because I want to call him and report.
Patty, stop pressing.
Well, could I tell him you're thinking seriously about letting him drop French?
You can tell him we're going to discuss it.
Okay. But while you're discussing it, will you think seriously about it?
Patty?
I'm not pressing. Will you?
Well, now look what you've done. Well, don't you sit there and get some help.
Well, do you want an umbrella?
What's going on, umbrella doing, stupid? Patty will kill me. Well, look, go get Chuck. Tell him no matter how busy he is, bring a wrench.
A wrench?
Yeah, so I can turn off the water every time I pass.
Was Ross still working at Chuck's? No, he wasn't even there. Don't tell me Chuck was finishing the lawn. No, he wasn't there either. He must have been. Patty, I'm telling you, he wasn't. The strangest thing is, his whole front lawn was underwater. Are you sure you had the right house? Of course I'm sure. Oh, boy, what has that hang-up brother of mine done now? Chuck will never speak to me again.
Martin, I'm worried.
Natalie, will you calm down? Say, what did Chuck's mother say?
She said Chuck wasn't home and she didn't know where he'd gone.
No, I mean, what did she say about Ross?
To tell you the truth, she wasn't terribly polite.
Well, never mind that. Your uncle's already talked to her about repairing the sprinkler and fixing the flower bed. Has she seen Ross at all?
Not since early this afternoon.
Natalie, will you quit worrying? He'll probably come home.
I dare him to come home.
By the way, Nat, when you were up in his room, were all his things there?
Martin.
I'm just kidding. You know, he's probably out front right now, just trying to get up enough courage to come in.
He better not come in.
Is he there?
No, he's not.
What did I tell you?
Did Chuck's mother say whether or not he had any plans for tonight? No, Patty, I'm sorry, she didn't. Oh. Well, that's okay with me. I mean, you just think a person would let another person know whether he is or isn't going. But no, all he can talk about is screwdrivers and wrenches and destroy stress. I don't know, some kind of stress for his kingfish. I just hope I never see him again. You mean you hope you never see his feet again? Very comical. How would you like to spend all morning making sandwiches and shoving them under a car and never know whether they were finally eaten or run over? And frankly, as much as I love you, I wish we had separate rooms.
What was that all about?
Oh, I suppose she's awfully sensitive about Chuck's feet, so I shouldn't have placed her on.
Kath, I think that's put her on.
Listen, suppose we just forget about Chuck and start thinking about Ross.
You're right, Aunt Natalie.
Now, where in the... have you been?
Oh, Mom, don't ask me.
Are you all right?
What happened?
Don't ask me.
Well, let's get him some dinner and then ask questions.
Dinner? I couldn't eat now.
Why not?
I've already had my dinner.
You've had it? Where?
Oh, please don't make me tell you.
Now, Ross, just a minute. You simmer down, son. Now, what's this all about?
That Fowler girl. You know her mother made me go into their house to get dry?
Made you?
Yeah. And you know, your paper ought to run an editorial on hidden water sprinklers. They're a hazard, you know that? Oh, that Fowler girl. All afternoon I was sitting around in her father's pants. And then she asked me twice. I mean, what could I have done?
What did she ask you?
If I wanted a cheeseburger. And you know me and cheeseburgers. Right in the middle of my cheeseburger. You know what she made me do? You'll never believe it.
Was it any worse than what you did to the lawn?
She made me ask her to a movie tonight. Have you ever heard of anything so underhanded?
Underhanded? Why?
I was under the influence of cheeseburger.
Ross, I think your sister's dead right. You've been operating under too much tension. But I have some good news for you, son.
Yeah?
Yeah. Your mother and I have both decided that even though French is a basic and a beautiful language, and that to speak it would be an asset all your adult life.
If I have an adult life.
Well, anyway, the point is that as far as we're concerned, you can drop French.
Drop it? Well, why would I want to drop it?
Beg your pardon?
After you just got finished telling me what an asset it would be? Now, I'm not saying that French is a beautiful language, but it can be interesting.
Ross Lane.
I don't know why the school didn't start the experiment earlier. I mean, what is so wrong about a little experimenting? I mean, how are you going to find out the answers to a lot of things if you don't experiment?
Do you mind repeating that?
I said, but I know who that is.
That's for me. I'll get it.
No, it's for me.
Where'd you come from? Hey, I've been waiting for that call all evening.
Hello? Bien, merci. Comment allez-vous? Swell. I'll pick you up around 8:30. Au revoir to you, too.
Who was that?
The Fowler girl.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me you've been with her all this time?
Yeah.
Do you realize the position you put me in with Chuck because of that Fowler girl?
She's not that Fowler girl. Her name's Penelope.
She speaks French?
She and her family spent a whole year in Paris. How about that, huh?
Amazing.
Well, at his age, you may have walked through a few flower beds, but you never went off the deep end like that.
It only goes to prove that Paris does not surrender. You surrender to Paris.
Don't tell me she's come for him already.
If she has, she didn't spend that year in Paris for nothing.
Hello.
Hi. I guess Patty left us at our place.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
Say, who is that?
Is it Richard?
Patty, a friend of yours is down here. He says his car can make it and wants to know if it will take you long to get ready. Are you kidding? It won't take her long. Would you like to come in?
I better not press my luck. I finally got my engine going.
Oh, all right. I'm sure she'll be right down. Well, he doesn't say much, but he's got the cutest face. Almost as cute as his feet are. I knew it. Something told me all the time. Good night. Oh, remind me, Ross wants me to talk to you about staying in the French class. Au revoir, you all. Chuck, that moon is really something else. And all those stars and those white clouds. It's really not to be believed.
Pliers?
Oh, sure. You know, I'm awfully glad you're not mad at Ross. I mean, I guess everything that happened to him today was kind of a delayed reflex reaction. I mean, if vibrations can make a steel rod buckle, they certainly can make a person like Ross snap.
Screwdriver. Did you say there's a full moon out there?
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, just in case something like this happened, I came prepared. There. Can you see the moon now?
Hey, is that wild?
Yeah. You know, even if we are missing the dance, I'm glad we can both be under that moon together.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of
Kid, yeah, just great. Gee, Hal, you really think you might be able to get me into the Tigers?
Look, kid, I'm the president, best player on the team. I carry a lot of weight with that club.
Oh, boy, I can't believe I might be a Tiger. Wait till I tell Eddie and Joe and Ronnie that I might play basketball with the Tigers. They'll think I'm putting them on.
Kid, you do realize that it may be a little while before you start, playing with us.
Oh, how long will I have to wait?
Ah, you ought to be ready in about 3 years.
Now, listen, I'm short, but I'm fast.
Now, look at it this way. The guy that carries the towels in the water is just as important as the players. What's more important, you're going to be observing me and learning from the very best.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Hal, I don't know how to thank you.
Well, you realize I have to propose you first.
Oh, yeah, but they'll listen to you because you're the president and the best player on the team, right?
Hey. Hit her right on the head, buddy. Hey, is your sister home?
Well, I think so. Why?
Well, I'd like to meet her.
My sister?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I think she's cute.
Hal, you must be mixed up. My sister's Patty Lane.
I know.
And you think she's cute?
Well, I sure do.
You must have her mixed up with some other Patty Lane.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet.
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll. A hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
And you approve?
Oh, I think getting a job this summer is a marvelous idea.
Good.
What kind of work did you have in mind?
Well, I thought that over very seriously, and I think the best place for me to work would be at your newspaper.
I see. Doing what?
Well, you know I've taken a journalism course, and I've been editor of the school paper. Now, naturally, I wouldn't expect to be editor. I mean, you're the editor.
Thank you.
But I thought maybe some kind of assistant editor.
No.
Junior editor?
No.
Reporter?
No.
Want ads?
Patty,
Office boy.
the only opening we have at the Chronicle is for new subscribers. Yeah, I'm sorry, there are just no summer jobs.
Not even for your own daughter?
Well, I don't believe in nepotism.
Neither do I. Whatever it is.
That means giving jobs to members of your own family.
But if my own father won't give me a job, why should a perfect stranger?
Patty, I'm sure there's some jobs in this city for you.
Well, the only job I'm interested in I couldn't get in a million years.
What's that?
Well, there's this girl who works at the Platter, and she's quitting. But everybody knows it, and they're after a job.
The Platter.
Yeah, it's the record shop where we all hang out. Boy, wouldn't that be a gas, sitting around all day listening to records?
Ross, why are you doing that in the house?
Because it's good for my wrist.
Well, you asked him, he told you.
Patty, could I see you a minute?
Yeah.
Patty, I'd like you to meet Harold Wilson, the president of the Tigers and the best player on the team.
How do you do?
It certainly is a great pleasure to meet you, Patty. Ross has spoken very highly of you.
He has?
Hal's going to get me into the Tigers. How about that?
Aren't the Tigers a little old for you?
Oh, no, I think you'll have to admit your brother's a little advanced for his age, which, as anyone can see, certainly runs in the family.
Oh, Dad, I'd like you to meet Harold Wilson, the president of the Tigers and the best player on the team.
How do you do, sir? It's a great pleasure meeting you. You know, Ross has spoken very highly of you.
Well, if he doesn't, who will?
You know, there certainly is a fine old house you have here. It's done in excellent taste.
Well, we like to keep it up in case the bank comes by to check on their property.
Well, nice meeting you.
Oh, listen, my pleasure.
Let's go up to my room. I got a great stamp collection.
Hey, wait a minute, kid. Why don't you show me the rest of the house, huh?
Okay.
Yes, sir, there certainly is a fine old house. Really done in excellent taste. Ross, would you mind getting me a glass of water? I'm a bit thirsty.
Oh, you are? Patty, as long as you're headed that way, would you mind getting Hal a glass of water?
Oh, not at all.
No. Don't make your sister do it. You go get it, Ross.
Oh, let her so we can talk.
I'll be right back with the water.
No. I'm not thirsty anymore. You know what I would like to see, though, Ross? Your stamp collection. Why don't you run up and get it?
No?
Yeah, there's no time like the present. Hurry up, kid.
Collecting stamps your hobby?
Girls. Oh, boy, I've been waiting to meet you for months. Listen, I got my car outside. Why don't we take a little ride?
Oh, well, what about Ross?
Oh, he's a nice kid, but he's got an even nicer sister. What are you doing there?
Oh, look, Harold, I don't really...
Play your cards right with me, and I'll take you dancing. I'm an outstanding dancer.
that's
Very light on my feet, you know. You gotta be to be an outstanding basketball player.
Yeah, Harold.
Don't call me Harold. Boy, that sounds so formal. You know, just call me Hal. Look, Patty, I can have my pick of any girl I want, but I picked you. But we gotta get one thing straight. You date me, you don't date anybody else.
Look, Harold, you have no idea how flattered I am, but could you give me some time to think this over?
Sure, I'd be glad to.
Good. I just thought it over.
Yeah?
Get lost!
That's the way you feel about it.
Here's my stamp album, Hal.
Forget it, kid.
What happened? Did you say something to hurt his feelings?
All I said was no.
What's the big idea? Now I'll never get into the Tigers.
Ross, that guy isn't a tiger. He's a wolf.
Boy, Patty, the one time in my life you could have done something for me and you blew it. I might have known.
Mom, why are men so despicable?
Well, now, that's a pretty broad generalization, dear. Who are you referring to?
Harold Wilson.
The Prime Minister of England?
Nope, the prime think of Brooklyn.
Well, now, I'm sure you don't mean that, dear.
Oh, no? He promised Ross he'd get him into this club, but he only did it to get a date with me. Now, wouldn't you say he's a fink?
No, but I'd say that's pretty despicable.
Well, anyway, I told him off, and now Ross will never get into the club.
I'm sure he'll get over it, dear.
Oh, I don't know, Mom. You don't know how much this means to him. It could leave a scar. What do you think I should do?
Well, I don't see that there's anything you can do.
Look, suppose I date this character once or twice, and then when Ross is in the club, I drop him.
You think that's honest?
No, but it might work. This guy thinks I'm the most beautiful girl in the whole world. That's it.
What?
Mom, that's a great idea. Thanks. It's a little early for Halloween, isn't it? I have a date with Ross's friend Harold Wilson. I thought you didn't like him. That isn't quite right. I despise him. I really can't wait to write a book about you. Don't you see, Kathy? When Harold sees me like this, he's going to lose all interest in me, but that doesn't give him any reason to be mad at Ross, so Ross will be in the Tigers and I'll be off the hook. Now, isn't that good sound psychology? Well, it doesn't sound like any psychology I've ever read about. Kathy, that's one thing you've got to learn. Life is not a textbook. Hey, there's Bratman now. Well, how do I look? Terrible. Thanks.
Hi there, Mr. Lane. It certainly is a lovely evening, isn't it?
I'll tell Ross you're here.
Oh, no, I'm here to see Patty, sir.
Well, hi, Harold. Thanks for coming over. Oh, why don't you come on inside and make yourself comfortable? Awfully dark in here, isn't it? What are you doing that for?
Well, when you called, you said you wanted to get to know me better. We don't need lights for that.
Yeah, but look. If we're going to get to know each other better, we'll have to be able to see each other. Right? It was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. There I was trying to look like a monster from outer space, and he keeps telling me how pretty I am. Well, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yeah, and speaking of that, he's got more holes than an octopus. What went wrong, Kathy? I thought I'd be rid of him forever. I don't know.
Oh, hi, sis.
Huh. What's that for?
We're going out with Hal. Now, when you come right down to it, he's not such a bad guy, is he?
Ross, I'll do a lot for you, but I won't lie.
Well, anyway, he told me he's still going to try and get me into the Tigers, so thanks. And I do the same for you.
Thanks. And if I want to get into the Tigers, I'll be sure and let you know. Ross, watch it. Why aren't you wearing your glasses?
Well, Hal says a person looks better without them. That's why he doesn't wear his.
Well, When you think about it, it's really kind of funny. How am I going to get rid of him without making him mad now?
Hello.
Hi, I'm Harold Wilson.
Oh, you're one of Ross's friends, aren't you?
Yeah, and Patty's, too. Oh, thank you. You know, you sure have a fine family, Mrs. Lane. You must be very proud of them.
Thank you. Which one of your friends did you want to see?
Oh, well, Patty asked for me to come over.
Patty, it's Harold Wilson.
Be right down.
Won't you come in, sit down?
Oh, thank you. You know, you certainly have a very fine old home here, and it's certainly done in good taste.
Thank you.
Oh, hi there, Mr. Lane. I was just telling Mrs. Lane how much I admire this fine old house of yours. I was saying it's certainly done
In very good taste, I know. Tell me, Harold, what are you planning to do when you grow up? I mean, when you get older.
Well, my uncle is very big in insurance. I thought I might go into that.
Perfect.
Patty will be down in a moment, I'm sure. Come on into the kitchen, dear, and I'll give you something for that sarcasm.
Oh, hi, Harold. Thanks for coming over.
Oh, you kidding? Anytime. Hey, I'm starting to grow on you, huh?
Harold, please.
Oh, look, I know I come on strong, but I mean, underneath, I'm just a shy kid.
Look, Harold, you're going to be shy one arm if you don't quit that. Now, why don't you come over and sit down and behave yourself? There's something I want to talk to you about.
Yes, ma'am.
As a matter of fact, I was just saying to Ross yesterday that I was finally getting to know the real you. By the way, when do you think the Tigers will decide about letting Ross in the club?
Well, we're going to have a membership meeting on Saturday night.
Saturday, huh? Wonderful. Only 3 long days to go. Do you think they'll let him in?
Well, if I say so. I am the president and the best player on the team.
Harold, would you mind not putting your feet on that table? It's one of the nicest things we have in this fine old house.
Sorry.
That's okay. Look, Harold, I want to do everything I can to make you feel the same way about me as I feel about you. I don't want to make the same mistakes that your other girlfriends made.
No chance in that. Boy, you put them all down.
Good. Someone told me you used to go with Betty Sue Watson. Why'd you stop going with her?
Betty Sue is okay. Great-looking girl, naturally.
Oh, naturally. But there must have been something about her that bugged you.
Yeah, Gabby. Talk to Blue Streak all the time. And, man, that can be a real drag with a girl.
Oh, really? I'm so glad you told me that. And frankly, I couldn't agree with you more. You know, I think the reason people talk so much is because they're insecure. Now, I don't have that problem. I don't happen to be insecure. Therefore, I don't have to talk so much. Do you know what I mean?
No,
now, I don't think you're insecure either. I mean, either you've got it or you haven't. Don't you agree?
No,
You know, the first time I saw you, I said to myself, Patty, I said, that boy's got a deep side to him. And that's what makes it so easy to talk to you. And, I've got so much to tell you. Let me see. I suppose I should start with my childhood. It all began when I was born in Brooklyn Heights. And then, for my 10th birthday, they gave me a horse. Now, how could they know that I was allergic to horsehair?
Yeah,
You know, I guess I've got the greatest parents in the whole world. And you know why? Because we communicate with one another. Now, I think that's the most important thing, don't you? That's what modern psychiatry is based on, opening up your psyche.
Patty, it's almost time for dinner, dear.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Lane.
It's 6 o'clock, Pat.
Already? Do you realize we've been talking for 2 hours?
Patty, can I tell you something?
Yes.
You are the most fascinating conversationalist I've ever met in my whole life.
Hi, Ross.
Oh, hi.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
What do you say we get our slot cars out and go down to the track?
Oh, Eddie, I haven't got time for that kind of kid stuff.
Come on, get your car out and let's go. I gotta talk to you about something anyway.
Well, can't you see I'm busy? What do you want to talk about anyway?
Well, remember last month you said we ought to form a club? I was talking to some kids about it and they might be interested.
What kids?
Well, let's see. Ralph Hefner said he'd join if he could be vice president. And then Tony Davis said he might join if he could be treasurer.
Well, who's going to be president?
Me?
Forget it.
Come on, Ross. There's still an opening for secretary.
Don't you realize you're looking at a guy who's on the brink of being a tiger?
What's that on the brink? Is that a special division they made for kids?
Boy, Eddie, you're going to be the dumbest president any club ever had.
Do you want to join our club or not? We're going to call it the Hurricane AC.
Didn't you hear me? They're going to vote me into the Tigers on Saturday. Now, why would I want to join a kids club?
Ross, telephone.
See ya.
How would you like to be Sergeant at Arms?
Patty. Sorry about that. But guess who just phoned me?
President Johnson.
No, President Harold Wilson himself.
Whee, what a thrill.
He's really gone ape over you, you know.
Well, I didn't have to go far. Well, what did Mr. America have to say?
Looks like I'll be a Tiger by Saturday. Oh, and I'm not supposed to tell you this, but he's going to invite you to the prom next week.
Whoopee!
You're going to be flattered. Harold's a great dancer, you know.
Yeah, according to him, he is.
No, when I was over at his house, he showed me a couple cups he'd won for dancing.
Oh, Ross, he probably... He's good, huh?
Yeah.
Ross, that's wonderful.
What's that for?
Because you remind me of Abraham Lincoln.
What?
You don't know it, but you just freed a slave. Hi, Harold. Don't you ever go anywhere without that basketball?
No, I'm always fooling around with it. That's why I'm such an outstanding player.
Oh, doesn't get in your way when you're sleeping? Never mind. Come on in.
Hey, that's Mopsy Finnegan playing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dig him.
Me too.
Hey, what are we waiting for?
Okay. Look, the floor's a little crowded for the three of us.
Okay, in the chair. 2 points.
Well, sorry about that.
Well, that's okay. My mother can always go to the museum and see one just like it.
Hey, let's not.
Oh, you mean you don't like the way I dance? Oh, I'm awfully sorry. I mean, I know how crazy you are about dancing, and if you never want to see me again, that's okay with me. I mean, I'll understand.
Look, Patty, you want me to be honest with you, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Dancing happens to be my bag. You know?
I know.
Keeps me up on my footwork.
I know.
But I get plenty of practice on the courts anyway, so who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, who cares about dancing? I mean, when I can sit and listen to you talk. Come on, baby. Talk to me.
I wish Ross would stop bouncing that ball up there. That's been going on for a whole week. Why does he do that?
Because Harold Wilson does it. Honey, isn't there anything you can do to get rid of him?
Sure, if you want to break a little boy's heart. The trick is to get Harold out of our lives and Ross into the Tigers.
Well, how are you doing?
He's harder to discourage than a cat in a fish factory.
Patty, I hope you know how much we appreciate what you're doing for Ross. I know how trying it must be.
Oh, it's trying, but it's not working. Only Ross would realize that the Tiger...
Guess who just phoned me?
How many guesses have I got?
You're right, it was Harold. Mom, I found out his folks aren't going to be home for dinner, so could we invite him over here? You'll get a kick out of watching him eat. You know, there's only one thing he likes more than food.
Himself.
And that's basketball. Mom, tomorrow's the meeting when they're going to decide if they're going to let me into the Tigers. I'm not saying we should influence Harold, but could it hurt if we put a nice home-cooked meal into him the night before?
Ross, I don't think it's fair to impose any further on the family.
You say Harold likes to eat, huh?
Man, does he ever. We went to a diner yesterday, and you should have seen him pack it away. He ate 3 portions of spaghetti and meatballs and then 2 big slabs of chocolate layer cake.
Sounds like he could eat for a living.
Mom, why don't you all have an early dinner, and I'll invite Harold over afterwards.
You mean you'll do the cooking?
Mm-hmm.
What are you planning?
To stuff a goose. Hi.
Hey, look at you.
Oh, can you see me?
What's your get-up?
Oh, Oh, nothing. I just always dress like this when I'm cooking. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, heck no. Just means you take eating as seriously as I do.
Oh. There's only one thing I think that's more important than food.
Yeah, girls. Hey, what'd you fix for me to eat?
Oh, well, I had a little conference with Ross, and he told me what your favorite dish is.
Don't tell me. Meatballs and spaghetti?
Right, and chocolate layer cake.
Oh, crazy.
I hope you're hungry.
Oh, man, I'm starved.
Oh, good. Look, I don't think you'll be needing that at the table.
Oh, yeah. Good points. Boy, meatballs and spaghetti. I could eat that 3 times a day.
Oh, good. There's nothing a good cook likes better than to watch somebody enjoy her food.
Hey, aren't those awfully thin breadsticks?
Those aren't breadsticks, that's spaghetti.
Well, aren't you supposed to cook it first?
Oh, no. I like it al dente. You know, the true Italian style. That means a little on the chewy side. 10 seconds should be just about perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Now I'm sure it's perfect. Oh, yes, now that's what I call al dente. Now, do you like your meatballs on the top or on the side?
Well, on the top.
I got you, you little devil. Now, how many of these do you think you can eat? What's the matter? Ross said you were such a big eater, you haven't touched a thing.
I guess I'm just not very hungry.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what might perk up your appetite. A nice piece of this chocolate cake, I mean. Oh, look, why don't you just help yourself while I go see who that is? Richard, what are you doing here?
Well, I haven't seen you for a week, so I just thought I'd drop in.
Oh, well, I'm a little tied up right now.
Harold Wilson's here, isn't he?
I don't think it's any of your affair.
So it's true. I heard you were dating him, but I just couldn't believe it.
Look, Richard.
Okay. I just think you ought to let a fella know.
Richard, the only reason I'm dating him is to help Ross out. Ross is trying to get into the club that Harold's in.
Patty, who do you think you're kidding?
It's true. Look, I've done everything I can to discourage him. I've looked my worst. I've stepped all over him when I was dancing with him, and I just cooked the worst meal ever.
Patty.
But he just won't discourage. Do you think for 1 minute that I could be interested in a creep like Harold Wilson? He's the biggest drag I've ever met.
Patty.
And the only reason I didn't say anything to you is I was afraid you would talk and it would get back to him.
It already has. Hi, Harold.
Now, wait a minute, Harold. Harold, you don't understand. You see, what you just saw was circumstantial evidence. Now, Harold, wait. What about Ross? Harold, he's really going to be a creep. Harold! Did he seem mad to you?
I'm sorry.
Sorry isn't going to get Ross into the Tigers. How could you for 1 second think that I would go out with a creep like that?
Well, I didn't think you were interested in him. I thought you were interested in his father.
His father?
Yeah, well, I knew you were after that job at the platter shop.
What has the platter got to do with his father?
He owns it.
Perfect. Just perfect.
Boy, something sure smells good in there.
Haven't you eaten?
Yeah, but that was over an hour ago.
Step in, Richard. I've got a wonderful meal for you.
So, that was spaghetti al dente, huh?
Yep. How was it?
Oh, great, just great. But to tell you the truth, that wasn't the best cake I ever had in my life.
Yeah, but I bet it was the first one you ever had to cut with a hacksaw. Uh-oh. There's Ross. I better go tell him. Ross?
Hey, have I got something to tell you?
I've got something to tell you, too.
But wait till you hear. I was made president of the club.
What?
Yeah. Well, Eddie finally admitted that since the whole thing was my idea, that I was entitled to be president.
Eddie, what club are you talking about?
The Hurricane AC.
What about the Tigers?
Are you kidding? Who wants to carry water for a bunch of old guys like that when I could be president of my own club?
Richard, promise me something.
What's that?
If we ever get married. No, boys.
everywhere. From Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patties only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk